your home for IUP sports.
U92.5.
IUP football on U92.
The IUP Crimson Hawks play here on U92.5 FM. It's an Indiana Regional Medical Center sports day.
Crimson Hawks football is brought to you by Indiana Regional Medical Center, where moments matter. Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds? Hoff Chiropractic Clinic, with locations in Indiana, Blairsville, and North Apollo. Bill Thompson State Farm Insurance in Indiana. Bill Thompson and State Farm, here to help life go better. Knapp's Cucina Mia and Josephine's Pizzeria in downtown Indiana, where Italian never tasted so good. S&T Bank. Find your financial solutions at stbank.com. Luther Ford, your Ford experts for over 60 years. See America's top-selling brand in Luther Ford in Homer City. By the Co-op Store. Get your hawk on with a wide variety of IUP merchandise at the Co-op Store. Diamond Medical Supply. See the locker room at Diamond Medical Supply for sports and a complete line of medical supplies, Oakland Avenue, Indiana. By Marcus and Mack. Also by McNaughton Brothers Moving and Storage. The Hilton Garden Inn. The Meadows. By Bud's Auto Sales. The 9th Street Deli. Also by the Ruschini Group. The YMCA of Indiana County. Pat Doherty, District Attorney. By the law firm of Holsinger, Clark & Armstrong. And by Berger Office Systems.
Now, let's go to the sidelines and the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to IUP football, Crimson Hawks football for 2018. Here we are in Ashland, Ohio. Jack Benedict with Ab Dettori, and also on the sideline, Greg Trahashchak. We're glad to be with you for another year of IUP football. Should be another exciting year. If it's anything like last year, we are in store for a real treat, but we're also in store for a real tough game today, just as we had last year with Ashland University. We're at the S&T Bank broadcast booth at S&T. Building the perfect bank account is easy with cash rewards, totally free worldwide ATMs, and more. And for a limited time, you can get cash bonus when you open a preferred banking account. Visit stbank.com for all the details. Member FDIC. We are at Jack Miller Stadium, Martinelli Field. And it is a beautiful night, and what a beautiful setting here in Ashland, Ohio. First matchup on the road, and here at Ashland. We have some sunshine at the moment. It's breezy. Temperature around the 75 degree mark. Even a little more than I thought. Ab Dettori with me alongside. Greg down along the sideline. We'll hear later on. And if it's anything like last year, the year and the matchup with Ashland, this should be a dandy.
I expect a really good football game, Jack. I don't think it's going to be a mistake-free game on part of either side. Again, it's the first game. I mean, there's certainly jitters there on both sides, but before we even get into that, I have to inject one other thing. I don't know how many people ought to realize, but this is the beginning of the 50th season for Jack Benedict, broadcasting sports, in particular IUP sports. And on behalf of myself, from Greg, Matt Berglund, who's standing here with us, all those teammates back at Renda, certainly IUP, the Crimson Hawks, all the IUP followers, congratulations, Jack. It's a pleasure. You had a certain air of professionalism to this that I don't think can be matched, and I know I've learned a lot, and I only have 46 more years to catch up to you. So it's been a pleasure, and I want to congratulate you again.
Okay, you read my script really nice there, Ab.
Well, I try hard, I try pretty hard.
Well, it's good to have you along. It's always good to have somebody in the booth who knows what the heck's going on. But this is a lot
know when he gets here.
Yeah, exactly. This is a lot of fun, of course, because when you have winning programs. We have Ashland, coached by Lee Owens. Greg talked with him a little while ago. They are 8 victories away from 500. They're coming off a big year at 11-2. IUP 13-1. You know what they did last year? Got to the semifinals. Highly touted Paul Tortorella, second year. What a job! And the matchups here should be terrific. Some of the names are familiar, and there'll be some new names too from both teams.
Now there always is. Somebody leaves, somebody comes along. Ohio, like Western Pennsylvania, hotbed for football. They love their football here. Western PA, whether it's the Steelers, Pitt, Penn State, I prefer IUP. Love football. So I expect a good contest tonight. Probably a big turnout from Ashland. Not so much from IUP. It's quite a journey.
Well, we went down, to the wire last year in the game, and this is a remake between these two teams, a rematch, right down to the wire where Dylan Sarka kicked the 46-yard field goal as time expired, was 26-23. Lenny Williams returns as the quarterback in his fourth year. He's 30-4 overall. He has a lot of great records. He has other ones that'll probably be broken, but he wants a championship, that's for sure. On the other side, the quarterback, Tarnowski, who was an outstanding QB last year for Ashland, was just terrific. They have Billy Ball, 6'4", 238, a senior from Woodstock, Illinois, a transfer from Miami of Ohio. He did play 15 games in 3 years there, and I think they showed a lot of respect for him. They voted him, the players did, one of the team co-captains.
Yeah, I saw him out leading the stretch in the beginning, so, obviously that he carries some weight with these guys. They have a lot of faith in him, and I don't care if he didn't take a snap last year. He has great ability. All right, we're going to continue on the pregame show. We're coming to you on an IRMC IUP football day. We've been waiting a long time to say it's game day, and it is game day. Coming up on the pregame show, we'll hear from the second-year coach of IUP, and Paul Tortorella, and that is all coming up here in just a moment. And the Coach Paul Tortorella Show brought to you by the Co-op Store, A+ for the students and A+ for you. We'll be back with the coach's interview as you're listening to IUP football on U92.5 and U92radio.com.
If your weekend has started with a strain or a sprain, a sports injury, concussion, even a fracture, an ankle injury in Friday's game, an elbow injury from that wobbly ladder, if you've been hurt, visit the IRMC Physician Group Saturday morning injury clinic from 8 a.m. to noon at the Human Motion Institute, Suite 100 on the Indiana Regional Medical Center campus. Walk-ins welcome or call 724-427-2260 that morning to let them know you're coming. On-site x-rays available. The Saturday morning injury clinic is open every Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon, Suite 100 at the Human Motion Institute.
Here are some reasons to see Dowd's when you buy furniture. 1. Dowd's has name brands you won't find anywhere else. 2. Dowd's has unsurpassed quality you can't get anyplace else. 3. Dowd's has something in everyone's price range. There's no better value than Dowd's. Dowd's of Plumville and Dowd's of Greensburg. And you don't have to go to Dowd's. An experienced Dowd's decorator will come to your home or business so you can browse through Dowd's many catalogs in comfort. Dowd's. Quality, value, price, service. You and your home deserve Dowd's.
Iron City Beer was there when a nation divided built a city forged of iron and coal, when Prohibition tried to break up the party, and when the smoke cleared and the city of bridges emerged. From day-long shifts at the steel mill to the end of your 9 to 5, we've been there. Iron City Beer.
Pittsburgh Brewing salutes all the hard-working folks from local companies like these.
Citizens Ambulance and our volunteer firefighters.
The hard-working brewers of Iron City and IC Light raise their glasses to you.
Call Larry Catless, financial advisor of Eagle Strategies LLC, a registered investment advisor for all of your financial planning needs. Registered representative offering securities through NY Life Securities LLC, member FINRA SIPC, a licensed insurance agency. Office located at 674 Philadelphia Street, Indiana, PA. Eagle Strategies LLC and NY Life Securities LLC are New York Life companies. Call this number. It's never too late. 463-7788.
Your home for IUP Sports.
U92.5.
Pre-game show continues with the Coach Paul Tortorella Show, brought to you by the Co-op Store. A+ for the student, A+ for you. For the opener, you've had a tough camp. You guys have been in camp for so long, you get tired of each other. And 2 team scrimmages. Kind of give you an update as to what's going on up to this point and what has gone on.
Well, as you know, Jack, we've been here for 3 weeks practicing against each other, and it's kind of getting a little bit old hat, so to speak. I thought during camp, earlier in camp, the offense had really been getting the better of our defense, and then I think the last week we've taken a step defensively. We have the normal bumps and bruises that you have when you practice 18 practices, so hopefully a couple of the guys that are questionable going into the game for Thursday will get well, and we're into our game week practices. Today's practice is really like a Wednesday practice during the season since it's a Thursday night game, so we're on track, but, I think the team we're playing in the opener, Ashland, will probably be the best team on our schedule.
Where have you seen the improvement on the defensive side?
Well, I think, we're so young at safety. I won't say young, but we have different players there. We have a junior college transfer in Shaq Jones. John Horner's moved to safety now. Jan Coleman, the transfer from Florida Tech. So we've got different players at those positions. I think we've gotten better inside at defensive tackle. We lost really two good players who were 4-year players for us in Averett and Weldon. So I think it's taken a while for our younger defensive linemen to kind of get up to snuff, but I think they've really made big improvements here in the last week.
Nick Amendola hasn't seen much time on the field. He just started the last few days because, hamstring that was bothering him. Brandon Myers looks pretty good in there, so that gives you a little bit more depth, doesn't it?
Yes, I think if, hopefully Nick will play Thursday. He practiced Saturday. It gives us 3 linebackers for the 2 positions with Damon Lloyd. So we have a nice rotation with those other 2 guys where, they'll probably play half the game and we could stay fairly fresh at that position.
One of the things I know you have been emphasizing all along is discipline. Is it coming?
Well, I think it is. The thing that you have to watch is when you come off a year with so much success, you got to be able to rein the guys in, so to speak, and not let the little things get by you. Sometimes after a great season, guys kind of think it's just going to happen and maybe lose their discipline. So we've made a point of it here in camp. I think that the players are listening. They were hearing for a while and not listening, but now I think they're actually listening.
We were spoiled in the first 2 years of Lenny Williams because of his stats and what he did, both as a runner and as a passer. You kind of changed that up a little bit. And, of course, the injuries set him back, and he didn't have spring ball last year. Do you see him like the old Lenny coming around now?
Absolutely, even better because with more experience, he's become a better quarterback, better at reading defenses, better at getting us in the right play. And he's as quick as he's ever been. He's coming off that injury, and he's had a whole year now, really a year and a half. So he looked very good in camp, along with our skill people and our running backs.
Many of us who watch you in practice a lot are impressed by one of your true freshman quarterbacks in Javon Davis out of Steubenville. Give me a little bit of an update on him. I've seen him a lot. Fans who haven't seen him yet going to like this kid.
Well, he's a freshman, but he doesn't play like a freshman. I think you have to look at his dad was a great quarterback at Kent State. His uncle was a great quarterback at Ball State. So the pedigree's there. He's been taught how to be a quarterback since he's been 9 years old, and he's still learning. But his learning curve is way ahead of the normal, guy that was playing high school football at this time last year.
Mm-hmm. Some new receivers. You lost a couple of guys. You have some new people back. Maybe mention who's come along for you there.
Well, probably the 2 guys that have really stood out have been Ricky Rogers, the grad transfer from West Virginia from Gateway High School, and DeWine Walls, a kid from Philadelphia that was at Riverside Community College in California, junior college transfer. Those 2 guys have really stood out in practice, have been very explosive, very good with the ball in their hands, so they've been good additions to the wide-out core.
All right, you know a lot about Ashland. We know about them playing last year, but also you have longtime ties years ago with the coach. Tell us about that relationship.
Well, yes, Lee Owens had taken over for Jerry Faust at Akron when I was there as an assistant, and Lee actually retained me, and I worked for him for about a month, and then when Coach Signetti called me and offered me the defensive coordinator job here at IUP, it seems like 50 years ago. We started together.
That's
you and
okay. That's good.
I had left, so I had worked for him for about a month. Hadn't seen him in a long time, and kind of caught up before the game last year. And he's always been a very, pleasant person, good guy, does a great job coaching. Has been in it a long time. He's been a head coach, I think, for 24 years. So he knows how to run a team.
Tord, you mentioned they're probably going to be the best team we face all year, although there's going to be a lot of stiff competition along the way. They lost their quarterback. I mean, he graduated. He was a great quarterback. They lost some people up front. Kind of give me an early assessment here, a scouting report on them.
Well, they have a lot of their skill guys back. They're very good at receiver. They have 4 of their top 5 receivers back. They've got one of the running back that played against us last year, Vaughn's back, and then they've got a true freshman who's his backup. The quarterback is a transfer from Miami of Ohio who actually was a starter there at one time, had been beaten out by a younger guy, so had his 5th-year senior year to play, and they were obviously looking for a quarterback because they had a 4-year starter who was an All-American in Tarnowski, who was a great quarterback. So they needed probably a 1-year guy to come in and take over with this team. He's a big kid. You know, he's very similar body type to the kid at West Florida. And hopefully he doesn't play as good as the kid at West Florida did. But they've lost some offensive linemen. They're very young. I think they're going to start 3 freshmen in the offensive line who were really good high school players in the state of Ohio.
All right, Coach. Hey, good luck against Ashland in the opener coming up. That's the Coach Paul Tortorella Show, brought to you by the Co-op Store. A plus for the student, a plus for you. We'll continue on our preview of IUP in Ashland on U92.5 and U92Radio.com. This is the voice of the Hawks, Jack Benedict, and I'm with baseball coach Anthony Rubinski. We want fans getting their IUP gear at the Co-op Store, right, Coach?
That's right, Jack. The Co-op Store is a home run every time. Crimson Hawk apparel like t-shirts, golf shirts, hoodies, and much more. Unique gifts for your office or home. Shipping is also available. See it all at IUPstore.com. That's IUPstore.com.
The Co-op Store, 319 Pratt Drive in Indiana. The Co-op Store, a plus for the student and a plus for you Crimson Hawks fans.
Drive a little, save a lot. That Bud's Auto Sales. Go see the dealer that saves you more. We're your one-stop shop, friendly auto store. Quality selection and friendly advice. You're gonna love the no-haggle price. Drive a little, save a lot. That Bud's Auto Sales. Drive a little, save a lot. That Bud's Auto Sales.
Berger Office Systems, proudly serving IUP for more than 3 decades and Indiana since 1987. Your home for Xerox copiers and printers. Stop buying supplies when you can pay pennies per print. Berger Office Systems, Warren Road, Indiana.
The Hilton Garden Inn is the preferred hotel of IUP Athletics, located next to Miller Stadium and the KCAC. The Hilton Garden Inn is Indiana's newest and best hotel. Make your reservations today at HiltonGardenInn.com.
This is Indiana County District Attorney Patrick Doherty, IUP class of 1997. I want to wish the Crimson Hawks the best of luck this season. I congratulate all of our student athletes and thank them for their dedication. And thanks to their families for supporting them. Like in life, success comes from being involved and being committed. And congratulations to the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, on his 50th year behind the mic. Here's to another great season, Jack. Let's win it all. Paid for by Patrick Doherty for DA.
Your home for IUP Sports.
U92.5.
Jack Benedict Abditori at the S&T Bank broadcast booth. Building the perfect bank account is easy with cash rewards, totally free worldwide ATMs, and more. And for a limited time, you can get a cash bonus when you open a preferred banking account. Visit stbank.com for all the details. Member FDIC. Let's go to the keys to the game here for IUP in Ashland tonight. And the keys to the game brought to you by Bud's Auto Sales. 2 locations, Shalocta and Beaverdale. The coach, what do you think?
Well, Jack, the first key, and I'm sure Coach Tortorella has already addressed this is a new season. There's no looking back. What happened last year was certainly outstanding, and with that being said, it's over. There is a new mission, and it starts tonight. Second key, as always, the outcome will be dependent on team physical defense that creates opportunities, and that being turnovers. But most importantly, get multiple players involved on every down defensively. Lastly, offensive consistency. Albeit it's difficult very early in the season, IUP cannot afford turnovers, and must maintain or try to maintain ball control. As we know, Jack, ball control is the best defense.
There you go. Brought to you by Bud's Auto Sales. IRMC IUP football night. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by McNaughton Brothers. Here's the way they line up, and we'll do with the home team first, and that, of course, Lee Owens' team, the Eagles of Ashland University. At center is Samson Hairston, 6'1", 298, redshirt freshman, Cincinnati, Ohio. The left guard, Alex Maxson, 6'2", 290, freshman, Columbia, Ohio. They're very young on the offensive line. The right guard is Trey Madison, 6'3", 340, freshman, Pinkerton, Ohio. The tackles on the left side, he's the veteran, Ryan McGuire, 6'6", 294, redshirt junior, New Albany, Ohio. And the right tackle is Gavin Posey, 6'6", 272, freshman from Newark, Ohio. The quarterback, transfer from Miami of Ohio, is Billy Ball, 6'4", 238, senior, Woodstock, Illinois. The wideouts are Cameron Green, 5'7", 170, senior, Columbus, Ohio. Jamie Hentz, 5'11", 204, redshirt, senior, Pinkerton, Ohio. Also, the tight end, Michael Schweitzer, 6'2", 248, redshirt sophomore from Dublin, Ohio. The running backs, their leading rusher last year, had 1,095 yards, Andrew Vaughn, 5'10", 216, senior, West Salem, Ohio. The fullback, big guy, Mac Mikulski, 6'2", 250, redshirt senior from Parma, Ohio. And we'll take a look at IUP now, and here's the way that they will be lining up for tonight. Jeff Arnold at center, 6'3", 280, redshirt junior from Pittsburgh, Brashear. The left guard will be Colin McAllister, All-American, 6'2", 265, redshirt junior from Boothwyn, Pennsylvania. Josh Doberman, 6'5", 295, sophomore, right guard, Hughesville, PA. Left tackle, veteran Joe Peterson, 4-year starter, 6'5", 290, senior, Du Bois. Right tackle, Ken Roman, 6'5", 305, redshirt junior from Hawley, Pennsylvania. The quarterback, Lenny Williams, in his senior year, 5'10", 205, redshirt senior, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions last year. The wideouts are JoJo Goss, 6'3", 220, redshirt junior from Rochester, New York. The tight end, Jacob Watts, 6'2", 239, redshirt freshman from Scranton. Ricky Rogers, one wideout, 6'2", 205, grad student out of Gateway High, transfer from WVU. Also, we'll be seeing Dom McNeil as a wideout in the slot, 5'10", 170, redshirt junior from Philadelphia. The running backs, well, we could give you three of them. That'll be Samir Bullock, 5'8", 175, junior from Philly. Justice Evans, 5'7", 172, sophomore from Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And welcome back Chris Temple, 5'11", 225, a redshirt senior from Malvern, Pennsylvania. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by McNaughton Brothers. And we'll be back with more in the pregame show right after we take a timeout. Well, I'll tell you what, let's hold on to see if we can go down to, I think maybe he has a sign for us down there. Greg Jahashczak on the sideline. Can you hear me, Greg?
I can finally, Jack. We obviously had some interference problems, so it looks like we're good to go right now. Speaking of good to go, you couldn't ask for a better evening for a college football game. One thing that might be a factor in this game is that there's a pretty strong sun field that will probably be around, I would guess, for another 10 to 15 minutes. The sun coming from your far left to the extreme right corner of the end zone. A receiver running down there is going to have a difficult time turning around. But other than that, Jack, as we've talked about the entire time we've been here, this is a grand place for a college football game. Beautiful facility. The only thing that can make it nicer is an IUP win. Jack, by the way, I haven't said this for a long time. What day is this?
Oh, I said it earlier this morning.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's IUP game day. All right, Greg, thank you very much. Sideline updates are brought to you again by Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds? We'll be back in a moment. We'll continue on the pregame show on an IRMC IUP football night from Ashland, Ohio. And we've got the Crimson Hawks in the opening of a brand new season. Coming your way on U92.5 and U92Radio.com.
McNaughton and Latrobe Moving and Storage is IUP Crimson Hawks proud. Whether you're transporting your belongings around the corner, out of state, or around the world, call McNaughton and Latrobe Moving and Storage with 3 locations, Indiana, Johnstown, and Latrobe. Call 724-463-3571.
Committed to the best local seasoned ingredients, Italian doesn't get any better than Nap's Cucina Mia. The best homemade pasta and contemporary Italian dishes. Never frozen, fresh seafood. Dinner starts at 4:30 Tuesday through Saturday. Nap's Cucina Mia, 1035 Philadelphia Street, downtown Indiana.
Luther Ford is celebrating Labor Day weekend with a huge sale, and they'll be open Labor Day Monday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Whether you're in the market for a car, truck, or SUV, new or used, Luther Ford has you covered with huge savings and fabulous incentives on America's top-selling brand with 0% financing on most new models.
You got to make it to Luther Ford this weekend for the huge Labor Day sale. Remember, Luther Ford's open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Labor Day Monday. They invite you to stop by for some complimentary burgers and dogs.
Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, or shop 24/7 at lutherford.com.
Young or old, if you have pain or weakness, you just want to feel right again. Hi, this is Dr. Dave Hoff of Hoff Chiropractic Clinic. We are now featuring Innovative Wellness Solutions, a collaboration of medical doctors and chiropractors offering the most modern and progressive approach to healthcare and patient outcomes in the region, with pain management specialists for faster relief of your acute and chronic problems. Hoff Chiropractic Clinic has 3 convenient locations to better serve your needs. Call us today at 724-479-0442 for a complimentary consultation with our team. You have nothing to lose but your pain.
Your home for IUP Sports.
U92.5.
And we're just getting ready for football here very shortly. And a beautiful night it is, clouding up a little bit now. No rain. It is windy. It is warm, though, and it's a great Thursday night. You keep thinking, what day is this? You know, it's unusual that they open on a Thursday. And next week, we have the home opener against Millersville on a Thursday night.
Well, that certainly is, Jack, and it does confuse you. I keep thinking this as a Friday night, and obviously it's not. We're going to be playing high school football. We'll be calling some high school football games tomorrow night. You certainly with Indiana, and I'll be in Blairsville where the Bobcats are taking on United. So deja vu all over again next week.
I guess so. Greg, you got an opportunity. Greg, can you hear me down there?
I can, Jeff.
Okay, you got an opportunity to talk with Lee Owens and the tie-in with Paul Tortorella, and we'll hear that interview at halftime.
He is an extremely nice gentleman. I had a few things to say about Ashland's position, which of late in the GLIAC has been excellent. The coach himself here for his 15th year at this university, coming, of course, as you alluded to, the connection he has with Paul Tortorella at their time at Akron, although it was sort of like ships passing in the night, but nonetheless they both obviously know each other. Jack, we're about a couple of minutes away from the coin toss, so it looks.
Okay, very good. And coming out for IUP, the tri-captains are Lenny Williams, Damon Lloyd, along with Mike Petropola. The quarterback, Billy Ball, is out there along with his center as they have quad captains. And they meet in the center of the field, and Greg will reach that microphone. Brandon May is one of the captains, along with the tackle, Ryan McGuire. We told you about him, the veteran, and Isaiah Stuyvesant. Let's go down to Greg.
IUP, you're the visitor. What's your call? The call is head. That's the tail. That's the head. Do you see it's a head, sir? You've won the toss. Choose now, and you want the ball. Kick which way? Send the scoreboard. Turn that way.
Jack, obviously you heard the results of that coin toss. IUP will be receiving the ball with their back toward the building of the athletic facility here. By the way, speaking of game conditions, if there's a wind down here, it's extremely mild. That will not be a factor, as I said earlier, the sun field may be for at least the first part of the first quarter. Jack, back
to you. All right, the opening kickoff brought to you by Knapp's Cucina Mia and the new Josephine's Pizzeria downtown Indiana. When it comes to Italian, Knapp's Cucina Mia and Josephine's Pizzeria will have you returning time and time again. Knapp's and Josephine's in downtown Indiana. IUP coming out on the far side of the field. Ashland will be right down below us. We're about the third tier up. This is a beautiful facility here at Jack Miller Stadium, Martinelli Field. He was a long-time coach here. The flag, of course, in honor of John McCain, half-staff. Beautiful night. The officials, the referee you heard was Rick Shifter. The umpire is Steve Miller. The head linesman, Steve Town. The line judge, Andrew Barnes. The field judge is Josh Lucek. The side judge, Chris George. And the back judge, Joe Abro. Well, excitement and a brand-new season, and you can't beat football no matter what. And we've been waiting a long time for this opener.
Sure have, and it seems, with a high school game under our belts already, this is a pretty early start to football as far as Indiana County is concerned. But, hey, like you said, it couldn't get here any quicker. Professionally, we'll be starting in a couple weeks. Certainly Pitt and Penn State coming up, and all the high school teams playing Friday night. This is, Jack, the best time of the year.
Ashland, as we told you, 492 victories, 8 more. They become the 28th team reaching 500 in Division II. IUP accomplished that under Kurt Signetti a few years ago. That almost shook me out of the booth with the cannon going off, reminiscent of years ago when IUP would do that, and I'm sure that'll happen again. Ashland, the University, the Eagles right down below us.
Jack, that's not going to happen again. That's probably when they score a touchdown. You're making a bad assumption.
Okay.
Well, I think he meant at IUP.
I mean at IUP.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then you're dead on the money.
Okay, yeah. We got to get on the same page, but it's only game number 1. By the way, the first quarter of tonight's game being furnished by Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds? And we'll be getting the opening kickoff here in just a moment. Coming to you from the S&T Bank broadcast booth, we want to thank Luther Ford of Homer City. All season, for every point the Crimson Hawks scored, Luther Ford will be donating $7 to Renda Broadcasting's 39th annual Teddy Bear Fund Drive, benefiting the Pediatrics Department and Indiana Regional Medical Center and Children's Hospital. So that will all be part of it. IUP will be receiving. There'll be some new names that you'll be hearing. And it'll be kicking from left to right as you visualize it on your electronic device.
Jack, one thing you're going to have a problem with, there are no flags on the goalpost. So gauging whatever wind might show up is going to be difficult.
Quashaw Carter, who resembles Dom McNeil, wearing McNeil's old number 83. McNeil is to his right, wearing his current number, and that is number 4. So we are ready to go. And this game and the season for IUP is getting underway with that kickoff. Brought to you by Naps Cucina Mia, and the ball is going to sail to the far corner and taken at the 1-yard line by Carter. He finds an open hole momentarily and then comes across the 20-yard line to the 23, and that's where the first series will begin. For a moment, I thought he might break it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jack, if it hadn't been for Jordan Mosley, who came across and shoved him out of bounds, he was one-on-one with the kicker, and I like the odds of the IUP returner.
So coming up, we gave you that veteran line for IUP, and, of course, the veteran quarterback in Lenny Williams. And starting with 2 receivers to the right, stacked receivers to the left side, and the Lenny will get a direct snap from veteran Jeff Arnold. There are 2 down interior linemen. Lenny's going to run on the first play, and he breaks into the secondary. He's across the 30 to 40, and they trip him up at the 42-yard line. Who said that Lenny Williams doesn't run enough? 19 yards for Williams on the first carry.
Well, the formation spreads them all over the field, and once again, going no huddle in the gun, Jack.
In the gun it goes with an offset blocker. They're going to go to Lenny again. Can't go right. Comes up the middle, lowers his head, and gets to the 45 for 3 yards on the play, where the tackle is made by the defensive tackle. That is Brandon May. He's actually the nose tackle, 6'2", 282, redshirt senior from Mount Blanchard, Ohio. And the gain is 3, 2nd and 7, IUP moving right to left at their own 45-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Have an H-back on the right side, Lenny all by himself, and he has run the ball twice. Man in motion goes Evans, and the handoff to Evans around the right side. He stays on his feet to about the 49-yard line, picks up 4 yards on the play with 3rd down coming up on the far side of the field. Going over to make the tackle was the safety Nick Powers, a junior out of Hilliard, Ohio, and immediately no huddle.
No huddle, no time to adjust, no substitutions.
3rd and 3. Lenny gives it to Evans, and he is stopped. Off the right side, he did not make it. No gain. Michael Church, the whip backer, came over to down him, and it'll be 4th down. In fact, he lost a yard on the play back at the 48, so it'll be 4th down and 4.
Without a doubt, it's a punting situation, but I do like the first drive. I like the fact that they went no huddle. I think you're going to see a lot more of that throughout the evening, and also along with the rest of the season.
Isaiah Roberts is back to receive, a redshirt senior from Jersey City, New Jersey. And Nico is back to punt. Nico Ruiz averaged 37.3. He's a senior from East Stroudsburg. The line of scrimmage is the IUP 48. Gunnar Royer, the snap on the punt, the rugby-style kick, and beautiful hang time. Can IUP keep it in bounds? It bounces at the 5. It goes laterally, and the long snapper, Royer, is going to watch it at the 5-yard line is where it dies, and that's where Ashland will have their first possession.
From down here, Jack, that was picture perfect.
Yes, it was, and it comes at the 12:44 mark of the first quarter, and the first possession for Ashland, and we get our first look at their new quarterback, Billy Ball. One of the wideouts will be Grant Debo. Or correction, that's William McDaniel who's in there in the slot now. Wide out to the left is Jamie Hentz. They have very good veteran receivers. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. Quarterback Ball stands at his goal line, and to his right is Andrew Vaughn as the sidecar. IUP with 4 down linemen. We'll give you the defense in a moment. Vaughn gets the ball, the slant off the left side for maybe 2 yards on the play. Defensively for IUP, the 2 ends are outstanding, each with 8.5 sacks last year. It's Donray Tillman and DeAndre Easterling. Number 93, and there's Ernest Shockley, a transfer from Bowie State. And the other defensive tackle is Dylan Scott. He played a lot last year as they rotated 8 men up front. 2nd down and 8. The handoff again to Vaughn. Vaughn into the pile. Short yardage, picks up a yard to the 8. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. The linebackers, each with over 100 tackles last year. All-American Damon Lloyd. And no, Amendola's not in there right now. He's been slowed during the camp, but Brandon Myers is in there for him. In the secondary, on the right corner is All-American J.R. Stevens. Vaughn Coleman Jr., the transfer from Florida State, is in there at the star back. Davis, Petropola, and Shaq Jones in the backfield. It's 3rd down and 7. Ball is back to pass, and he looks, and it's over the middle, and it's incomplete. And the receiver was headed upfield, Cameron Green. He wasn't even looking for the ball.
A little miscommunication there, and a whole lot more than they needed. You have to like what IUP did on first 2 downs. They played run strictly. They knew back against the wall they're going to be a little conservative in their call, especially coming out early in the game. Good stop up front, good pressure, good coverage that time. There was no one open, Jack.
So coming up, it is 4th down, punt formation with a line of scrimmage, the 8-yard line. Halfway into his end zone is Satchel Denton, the punter, sophomore, and it's a bad kick. He shanked it. It's over toward us. It goes out of bounds.
I'm going to say close to about the 32-yard line. We'll wait for the mark here.
They're marking it. And you are right on, Coach. Right at the 32-yard line of Ashland is where IUP will have the ball. We're in the first quarter, and it's presented by Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
Jack, this started with an excellent punt. It started, I should say, before that, a decent drive, excellent punt, good coverage on the 5-yard line, forced a bad punt. You can't ask for a shorter field than 32 yards to start your second series on.
Lenny Williams calling the signals. He has a tight end, Watts, on the left side, trips to the right, and behind him in the pistol formation is Bullock, but as they try to get the snap, it's a procedure call, and it's going to cost IUP 5 yards.
There was a little bit of a glitch right before the snap.
And I think he called it on the tight end on Watts, number 12.
That's exactly who he called it on.
So they mark off back to the 37-yard line, where it's 1st and 15 at the Ashland 37.
Redshirt freshman, a little bit of nerves. That's all right.
He's a former high school quarterback at Scranton High School. Trips to the right side. Sidecar right is Samir Bullock, leading rusher from last year. Williams will call the signals, and the tight end is on the left side. 3 down linemen for Ashland. No score. We're in the first quarter. And the ball, handoff to Bullock. Bullock slides his way through, fights his way for the 5 yards that they lost on the penalty, back to the 32, where it'll be 2nd down and 11, about 10 and a half. We'll call it 11 yards, just outside 32. Beautiful night here in Ashland, Ohio, and a beautiful setting and a great place here at the S&T Bank broadcast booth on the 3rd level to call the game. Trips to the right. Again, we'll go with a pistol formation and an H-back on the left side. Now he moves up as the tight end. That's Watts. Direct snap to Lenny Williams on a 2nd down play. Lenny fakes. He goes to the right. He could run, but he throws, and the pass is caught. And it's taken by JoJo. That's Goss, and he'll take it to the 25. He's several yards short of a 1st down. It will be 3rd and 3.
You know, Jack, it was an outstanding ball fake on Lenny's part. I'd like to have seen him take it a little bit wider, challenge that secondary, because they don't know whether he's going to run or dump the ball. He had plenty of time to do either. It'll get there.
2 receivers to the left. Rogers is on the outside. It's a 3rd and 3. Sidecar to the right. And now we have an audible call as the offense looks to the bench. And Williams now will call it out as he takes a step forward and backs it up with Bullock on his right hip. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They need 3 yards for the first down. Back to pass. Looking. He's going to end zone. Over the outstretched arms of McNeil. He had him, but Lenny Williams overthrew him.
Just a little bit too strong. But getting back to what I said earlier, he released that ball in such a hurry. The coverage wasn't there. But if he challenges that line of scrimmage, I think that changes and adjusts the route. I think they have first down on that 3rd down situation. Brings in a field goal, first attempt of the year.
Well, it ended with this guy's field goal to win the game last year, Dylan Sarka, 46 yards. He will attempt a field goal of 42 yards from right to left. And on the far side hash with Mike Petropola holding, and Gunnar Royer will be snapping. Nobody back to receive here as far as return men. High snap, they juggle the ball, then Sarka has to fall on it at the 30, and IUP makes a mistake. A high snap, and Petropola couldn't control it, and so Ashland takes over.
Well, the bad thing about it is, obviously, there was no attempt. The good thing about it is that Mike was able to knock it down and keep it in front of him as opposed to going back about 30 yards, because that thing was a bullet.
9:53 mark, we're in the first quarter, and each team has made first game jitters.
Hey, why not pick it up and run it? There's plenty of room there.
So now let's watch from their own 30-yard line, 0-0 ball game, and Ashland gets the ball for the second time. Ball has a sidecar left, a sidecar right, a split receiver left, 2 receivers to the right. Hands the ball off, finding one running room and breaking into the secondary. And then he breaks the tackle, and this is Vaughn, and he keeps on churning inside the IUP 40-yard line. Big yardage on the play.
Now gaping hole over the right side. He slid through there, sidestepped the tackle, broke a tackle going downfield. What I like, though, and after all of that, all that positive as far as Ashland was concerned, is the pressure flow downfield to get back. There's a lot of gray helmets down there.
31-yard run. That was Mikulski and not Vaughn. Vaughn is back in there now. 31-yard run. First down at the 39. Ball looks, throws to the left, dropped, incomplete. And their leading receiver, arguably Cameron Green, out of Columbus, who had 35 receptions last year, simply dropped the ball. Petropola on the coverage.
Yeah, the ball was right on the money. A little bit to the lean to the inside. Should have been a catch. He had room to run.
And
see that again.
Greg, that was right in front of where you're spotted right there.
Yeah, that's kind of fortunate that wasn't received. J.R. Stevens is doing a little drawing already, so it's going to be interesting to see how his performance is tonight.
All right, here we go with a second down. That report brought to you by Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Vaughn to the left of the QB. Ball gives it to Vaughn. He's tripped up on a nice tackle, and knifing through was Shaq Jones from the secondary, a first-year man. He's a transfer for IUP out of Iowa Western Community College. It's a gain of only a short 2. We'll call it 3rd and 8 at the IUP 36. No score, first quarter, 8:54 and counting.
Decent open field tackle, Jack, but also fortunate. He just cut him by his ankle. He got to get a little wrap on there, a little drive of the legs. If he doesn't make that tackle, there's big yards.
Hens and Green are to the left, and a wide out here to the right side with sidecars left and right. This ball takes the snap on a third down play, and there's a flag, and that's going to be against Ashland, I believe. Procedure. Third down play here. And they're still conferring. Down below, IUP makes some defensive changes. Amendola was in there a moment ago. Here comes the call. Well, they took the false start. False start,
and
as we call it, 5 yards.
And he shook his head as he didn't do it. I think they were setting the screen. Screen is still an outstanding play here right now, as is the sprint draw. 3rd and 13.
And they've got Logan Bolin in as a wide receiver to the left. The tight end Schweitzer is on the left side. Two receivers to the right in Green and Hentz. Ball has Vaughn, sidecar left. IUP now the charge on the 3rd and 3. Back here comes Scott. Scott misses him. Second man missed him. Third man knocks him down, and he'll go down for a loss back at the 43. And it is Tillman who got the sacks after two other guys had a shot at him.
That's a huge play, Jack. Probably takes him out of field goal position.
Well, big plays here by both teams, mistakes by both teams, and they're going to go for a 4th down and 15.
Let's go, baby!
And they usually punt. They're going to go in a short punt form. Well, it's a formation, looks like a regular formation, but he may back up and punt the ball. The line of scrimmage is the 43 of IUP, and this will be a rugby kick, and this one is going to go to the end zone, and IUP will have it on a touchback. So we'll be back. No score in the game. We'll be back on U92.5 and U92Radio.com.
Coach Tort, how do you keep your team so fired up?
It's our fans wearing their Crimson Hawks gear from the Co-op store. That fired up the team. Co-op support of IUP athletics and the entire community are at a championship level. They have everything to outfit our fans in IUP gear to cheer on our Crimson Hawks. The Co-op store is open to all IUP fans and carries anything a student needs, whether they're a kindergarten or a PhD student. So, Jack, just like our guys score touchdowns, go to the Co-op store and score yourself a touchdown when you get your IUP gear.
All right, Coach, thank you. Before you head to Miller Stadium, get all your Crimson Hawks gear at the Co-op store.
Today's best music, U92.5.
IUP takes the ball at their own 20-yard line, and they have a 0-0 game off the right side for 5-6 yards to Samir Bullock. Of course, penetration by IUP the last time in the red zone, and then they had, of course, the bad snap from center. And we have, every time they get in the red zone, brought to you by Alexander Strength Development. If you're an athlete who takes your training seriously, you'll want to work with someone who takes it just as seriously. And there's a break up the middle, and it's Bullock, and he takes it across the 40-yard line, and he takes it to the 46-yard line. And it's a first down for IUP at their own 46.
I like the tempo, Jack. I think they're catching them off guard. They cannot make substitutions.
Flankers left and right. Handoff goes to the left side. Evans now trying to pop outside. He got to near. They're going to mark him at the 50-yard line and a gain of 4. Justice Evans was the Rookie of the Year on this team with 1,011 yards. He now departs. I see that big Rocco Esposito comes in at a right guard spot, who was granted another year of eligibility after being injured last year. His first quarter being brought to you by Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds? Second out and 6 IUP, 0-0. The ball is at the 50. Williams has double tights on the right side, and movement by one of them, true freshman Grant Smith, moved too quickly.
That's the second time tonight.
And this is the other, the first one was on Watts, and this one on Smith, both on the tight ends, 5 yards.
And they both seem to jump almost together.
Well, I think it just started the domino effect. One moves, everybody flinches.
So the ball now is resting back at the IUP 45, where it becomes a 2nd and 11. Chris Temple in the game for IUP, missed all of last year. He was pretty much a player-coach last year, more a coach than a player. He couldn't play because of the injury. 8th all-time leading rushers, a sidecar to the left with a 2nd and 11. 2 receivers to the left. Lundy throws the bubble screen. It's out here to McNeil. Makes a move at the 50-yard line, turns and spins, and they throw him down at the 48-yard line of Ashland. Isaiah Roberts, the redshirt senior, brought him down. The pickup will bring it to the Ashland 47 with a 3rd and 3 now.
Outstanding stock block, sprung him there. I like the quick pickup, the quick turnaround. Got it all back.
2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. 3rd down play, sidecar to the right. They're showing blitz, and they made contact.
Free play.
Well, it was going to be a free play, but they blew the whistle.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be a first down, though.
Absolutely.
Obviously trying to blitz right up the middle, but bad timing.
They are conferring down below, the officials.
You know, little sidelights to this game. You cannot keep the same rhythm with your cadence. And that's probably what happened there. They changed the cadence that time, changed the snap count, caught them on a guess blitz. You know, you're just trying to guesstimate, time it, getting across the line of scrimmage. You got to keep changing them, and it takes discipline in the front also.
So the 5-yard mark off. One thing that we noticed here, the officials take a long time. They want to get it right. So, okay, it took them a little bit longer, but they got it right. 5-yard penalty. Takes the ball. First down IUP at the 42-yard line of Ashland. Zach Kelly into the game as the slot man to the right. Outside him is McNeil. Tight end Watts on the left side. Sidecar left to Lenny Williams. 0-0 game first quarter. Direct snap coming to Williams. He hands it off into the pile to the 40-yard line and a pickup of 2 on the play. Chris Temple carrying the ball for IUP, where the Eagles coming up. Clay Shreve, a junior, 6'1", 233. Most of their players are from the state of Ohio.
Great pickup, Jack. He really has power, Chris Temple, but that outside edge for Lenny is starting to open more and more as they bite inside.
Second down, correction. 2nd and 8 at the 40. Faking. There's an over the middle on a slant. Diving catch. First down. Zach Kellini tumbles to the ground at the 24-yard line. On a slant to Kelly. Nephew of Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kellini hauls it in for a first down.
He really laid out well to grab that ball, Jack. And again, the good fake inside. Froze the linebackers. They had to step at it. They were not able to get in their passing lanes and get their hands in the air. Great hookup.
4:25 in the first quarter. Brought to you by Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. There is no score. New set of downs for the Crimson Hawks at the Eagles' 24-yard line. Lenny all by himself in the backfield. He's going to come to the left, stutter steps, and will gain. He loses his helmet, and means he's going to have to leave the game for a play. It's a 1-yard pickup. And this is going to be interesting because the backup quarterbacks are both true freshmen. And Lenny leaves the game, and timeout called by IUP as Javon Davis will come in at least for one play.
Now that thing is that timeout buy him back in?
That's interesting. It may. No score. We're back after this. U92.5, U92.5 Sports Channel.
The robotic surgery at the Indiana Regional Medical Center is some of the most advanced microsurgery in the world, and you can learn all about it at the Indiana County Fair. All week long, visit the IRMC display at the fair and see this high-end robotic technology in action. You can even touch it and give it a try and talk to members of the robotic surgery team at IRMC. And remember to sign up to receive IRMC's eHealth newsletter and register to win a $250 Visa debit card from IRMC. See you at the fair.
Young or old, if you have pain or weakness, you just want to feel right again. Hi, this is Dr. Dave Hoff of Hoff Chiropractic Clinic. We are now featuring innovative wellness solutions, a collaboration of medical doctors and chiropractors offering the most modern and progressive approach to healthcare and patient outcomes in the region, with pain management specialists for faster relief of your acute and chronic problems. Hoff Chiropractic Clinic has 3 convenient locations to better serve your needs. Call us today at 724-479-0442 for a complimentary consultation with our team. You have nothing to lose but your pain.
Well, Coach DeTore had it right because of the timeout. Lenny is able to come back in, so they don't have to call on the freshman. And it is a second down at the 25-yard line, 10 yards to go for the first for IUP. Lenny will give it to Evans, and he fights his way, and he is pushed from behind by his offensive line and takes him to the 19-yard line, and he's in the red zone. Brought to you by Alexander Strength Development. Certified strength and conditioning coaches that can help you gain an edge on your competition. Serious athletes need a serious training facility, and you've got it with Alexander Strength Development. So it is now a 5-yard pickup. It is 3rd down and 5 at the Ashland 19. We're down to 3:38. No score first quarter. Lenny has Temple to his left, trips to the right side. Faking, stutter step. Lenny can't go inside, tries to go outside, and he makes a move at the 15, the 10, and they're going to run him out of bounds. It'll be first down and goal to go, and they'll mark him at the 5-yard line.
Great athleticism there, Jack. Lenny piled it up right outside the tackle, C-gap area. You know, A being guard, B being inside tackle guard, C-gap tackle tight end, and he brought everybody inside, bounces it to the outside, and actually, number 11 for Ashland, Nick Powers, saved a touchdown.
So Lenny this time from they're going to say that it was put down at the 9-yard line, and that'll be goal to go at the 9. Miles Williamson at 6'4" to the left. They love to throw the fade to these bigger receivers. Two receivers to the right, and Rogers is a slot right. He looks to Williamson, and there's a whistle.
Called timeout.
Timeout
IUP.
Called by IUP. All right, we'll be back after the timeout. Nothing game. IUP football, U92.5, U92radio.com.
This is attorney Bob Marcus.
And I'm attorney Jonathan Mack.
The law firm of Marcus & Mack is proud to support IUP football.
We wish Coach Tort and the Crimson Hawks a great season.
Marcus & Mack is a regional law firm representing injured victims in western and central Pennsylvania.
For nearly 4 decades, we've helped clients obtain financial compensation for their losses.
So on behalf of the law firm of Marcus & Mack,
go Crimson Hawks.
The Brischini Group is proud to be a supporter of IUP athletics and wishes good luck to the football team this season. Your hard work and determination is sure to pay off. Good luck, Crimson Hawks, from your friends at the Brischini Group.
Join Club U at U92radio.com.
Back at the S&T Bank broadcast booth, Jack Benedict, Abditori, and Greg Drahashtak on the sideline. And so nothing the score. And IUP has a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line with Lenny Williams having an H-back in Ryan Langdon on the left side. The handoff to Temple. Temple fights his way to the 5.5. We'll call it the 6-yard line, a pickup of 3. Temple and Bullock each have scored 6 touchdowns in one game in their career, and that ties John Kuhn of Shippensburg, who's played in the NFL forever, for the PSAC record. Now with a 2nd down and goal with the ball at the 6 of Ashland. Nothing game. Temple's back in. Goss, JoJo to the left, and a flanker to the right. Lenny looks right. He throws. End zone. Is it caught in bounds? Juggled. Are they going to call a touchdown to Ricky Rogers? Rogers had to turn around. He makes the catch. We had to see, first of all, if it was going to be a good catch. Second of all, if he was in bounds. The officials are conferring down there. But they called it a touchdown, and IUP's on the board, 6-0.
Jack, you could see the two officials look at one another on the catch, both nodding their heads, albeit slowly, up and down. It was good.
Oh, there's no doubt. It was a back shoulder throw. It was a great throw. The defensive back was walled off. And, of course, I think it was knocked loose out of bounds.
That's an 80-yard drive, and Sarka in for the extra point. Petropola holding the snap, the spot, and the kick by Dillon. It is good. 7-0. IUP on the board, leading Ashland. 80-yard drive. We're back with IUP football on U92.5 and U92radio.com.
Another hometown favorite, 9th Street Deli, home of the 2-foot subs, including the famous Philly cheesesteaks. Indiana's best subs and sandwiches are at 9th Street Deli, 9th and Philly in downtown Indiana. See the entire menu and order online at 9thstreetdeli.com. That's the number 9, as in 9thstreetdeli.com.
So you've cut back on everything from lattes to lunches. But if you're still coming up short at the end of the month, try this. Give State Farm agent Bill Thompson in Indiana a call for a free discount double check. He'll show you how something as simple as combining car and home policies could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why State Farm agent Bill Thompson is here. Call Bill Thompson at 724-463-5333. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Discounts may vary state to state.
Jammin' with today's best music. U92.5.
And, of course, every point scored, Luther Ford of Homer City will contribute $7 for the points to the 39th Annual Teddy Bear Fund Drive in Children's Hospital. 80-yard drive.
Take them all the time. They use a lot of clock. IUP, without knowing and not looking yet, I'm going to tell you, dominated that first quarter, or so far in this quarter, time of possession. 19 times they've had the ball, 113 yards. Ashland 7 times for 36 yards. Kicking off is Let's Go Bowling. Sean Bowling. It into the end zone it goes, and it is a touchback. And Greg will send it down to you.
Eb touched on a key point, I think, in the game so far, and that's time of possession. You folks may have the actual stats, but clearly keeping Ashland off the field is a big deal. By the way, Ashland offensively so far with limited time with the ball has not had great success, but that one incomplete pass they had when they did have a possession, granted the receiver and quarterback were not on the same page, but boy, I was impressed with that quarterback's arm. That ball went downfield probably 35 yards like an absolute bullet.
Greg, there's as you notice down there, there is a flag on the field in the vicinity of the 15-yard line.
Can't tell what that would be for.
That ball was kicked into the end zone. Well, I'll tell you one thing, the officials, they really go over everything thoroughly, and that's probably a good thing.
Well, it could mean that somebody is new on the squad. I think it's against IUP.
Well, they're talking over here with Coach Owens and giving him the option.
They also are talking on the other side of the field.
Oh, I guess they are.
It's against IUP.
Yeah.
84.
I think it'll be...
That's Grant, 84. That's Grant Smith.
That's what the official said.
Okay. It's a 15-yard penalty on top of the 25-yard guaranteed spot.
Wow. Wonder what that was all about. That's going to be a personal foul after, huh?
Well, whatever it is, it's costly and probably borders on ridiculous. You know, Coach addressed this week, team discipline, got to have it.
Yeah, and true freshman or not. All right, here we go. So they get the ball at the 40 with an offset backfield. Billy Ball hands it off to Vaughn. Can't go inside, goes outside his running group. 50, 45, 40, blocked, tackled out of bounds by Petropola, all the way down to the 40-yard line of IUP. And there's some face-to-face talking going on there. That gain was some 21 yards, so they're eating up some yardage on the ground.
Well, it was to be inside. He bounced it to the outside. There was no corner support, yet no receiver to that side. They must have rolled up to the opposite direction. Costly.
39-yard line, 7-0 IUP, 1:38 to go in the first quarter. Ball has Vaughn as a sidecar to his left. Hands it off to him, stutter step, lowers the boom, and he gets to the 31-yard line. He is a fire plug type runner. Very, very strong, 5'10", 216 senior who had 1,095 yards and 13 touchdowns last year. They're going to bring Mikulski into the game now, the big fullback at 250, and he will line up on an offset backfield with Vaughn, 2nd down and 8 at the IUP 36. The pitch goes to Vaughn. Now he slashes, finds a hole. He is tackled around the 30, maybe gets to the 29, and he will have a first down, I believe.
A little bit shy, I think.
Yeah, it's 1 yard short. 3rd down and 1 with the ball at the IUP 30. Ashland trying to get the equalizer here in the last 39 seconds of the first quarter. And that big personal foul
certainly didn't help matters.
Did not help at all.
IUP has to be disciplined here. Let's not give him a free one on a hard count. I'm looking sneak now.
Under center goes ball. He's 6'4". He's a big guy. He may keep it. He does not. He fakes. He's back. He looks. He throws a short pass. It's caught, juggled, but it's a first down to the IUP 23. Cameron Green tucked it in and caught the ball, and they pick up a first down.
I'll tell you what, it was a missile, and it looked like he had a hard time holding on to it. I think it stuck right in his shoulder pads. That thing was a rocket there.
He did juggle it. Into the game, Austin Phillips, the tight end. In fact, they have double tights as Schweitzer's in there, and we're going to run out of time here, and we have in the first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Dowds of Plumfield and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds? IUP leads Ashland 7-0. Ashland on a drive. We're back with more IUP football on U92.5 and U92Radio.com.
This is the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict. I'm with Coach Tom McConnell, head of the IUP women's basketball team. Coach, we want fans getting their IUP gear at the Co-op store, right?
That's right, Jack. At the Co-op store, it's a full-court press of Crimson Hawks apparel like T-shirts, golf shirts, hoodies, and much more. Unique gifts for your office or home. Shipping is also available. See it all at IUPstore.com. That's IUPstore.com.
The Co-op store, 319 Pratt Drive in Indiana. The Co-op store, A+ for the student and A+ for you Crimson Hawks fans.
If your weekend has started with a strain or a sprain, a sports injury, concussion, even a fracture, an ankle injury in Friday's game, an elbow injury from that wobbly ladder, if you've been hurt, visit the IRMC Physician Group Saturday morning injury clinic from 8 a.m. to noon at the Human Motion Institute, Suite 100 on the Indiana Regional Medical Center campus. Walk-ins welcome or call 724-427-2260 that morning to let them know you're coming. On-site x-rays available. The Saturday morning injury clinic is open every Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon, Suite 100 at the Human Motion Education Institute.
Jammin' with today's best music. U92.5.
Jack Benedict along with Ab Dettori at the S&T Bank broadcast booth at Ashland, Ohio. 7-0 IUP. Second quarter brought to you by the Locker Room at Diamond Medical Supply, official supplier for sports teams' medical supplies, Oakland Avenue, Indiana. First down, ball up the middle, and tackled after about a 4-yard gain is Andrew Vaughn. Brandon Myers, linebacker. Damon Lloyd, linebacker, making the stop. The gain is to the 19 of IUP, so they are now in the Alexander Strength Development Red Zone. Are you an athlete looking to take your game to the next level? Improve your strength, speed, and agility with a group trained to get the best out of all athletes. Check them out. They are located on South 6th Street. Here we go. Second down. Back to pass. Ball throws. It's caught at the 15 and immediately tackled by Vaughn Coleman Jr., who makes his first tackle in an IUP uniform. The grad student transfer from Florida State. He arrived late. He's only been in camp for not even maybe 2 weeks. And it's 3rd and 1 coming up at the 14.5-yard line of IUP. And they're getting different personnel in on a 3rd down.
They're burning a lot of time, too.
Yeah, they are. 7-0 IUP. They're down to 10 seconds. Now they're into single digits. Ball will await the snap from center with an H-back on the left side. The handoff goes to Vaughn. First down. He slashes his way inside the 10. Picks up a first down. Goal to go at the 9-yard line.
I know talking to Al King prior to the game, he's concerned, their athletic director, about the youth in this offensive line. But right now, they're moving some bodies, and they're doing a nice job.
Well, they're huge. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, they're 6'5", 6'6" all along the way. And here we go with a goal-to-go situation at the IUP 9. Let's see if the D can come up with a big play. Some shifting along the line. They pitch over here to the left side. It's Vaughn. He's on his feet at the 5. He's knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line by Shaq Jones from the secondary. First downs in the game. IUP in 5-3 as far as the first downs. Yardage in the first quarter was 13-73, IUP's favor. Vaughn is 67 yards before that run.
It's going to even itself out here shortly. A lot of bad angles that time. There's actual penetration there, just improper angles to get to the tackle.
Second down and goal, the IUP 3. Ashland trying to tie this game up. IUP leads at 7-0. From the I formation, Vaughn gets the ball off the right side. He's tripped up, and Damon Lloyd came over to stop his progress. The All-American linebacker stopped him right in his tracks.
Well, he lived up to that reputation right there. That was an isolate. He took on the block, sheds the block, closes the gap, seals the deal. Great open field tackle. Probably a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, we're going to call it third down here. It's just outside the 2-yard line. Third down coming up. 7-0 IUP. Ball has everybody in tight. Sidecar right, fakes, throws it over the middle, knocked away by the All-American defender, J.R. Stevens. And that ball almost was caught by the tight end, who had some height advantage. Austin Phillips is 6'5", and J.R. went up, climbed the ladder at 6 feet, and knocked it away, and now it's fourth down.
They got to go for 3 here. There's no guaranteed score. Let's not rule out a fake. J.R., great play. It was close to a pick, Jack. He got a hand on that ball. One more hand in there. It's a pick. Great play.
And the kicker is Satchel Denton. He is the kicker here. It's a sophomore. And the kick, the field goal, it is good. So Ashland does get on the board with a field goal. But I guess you could say that's somewhat of a big, big play by the defense.
I think it was a big stop. And again, J.R. Stevens lived up to that reputation. He's an All-American corner. He had to make that play. That took a touchdown away. It forced them to go for the points. Give up 3 on a drive like that with some nice running. Gives IUP some time to adjust. And, of course, clean up that penalty. I think that penalty hurt them more than anybody will realize at this point.
All right, Greg, we can send it down to you for a moment with the sideline update brought to us by Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
That took the words right out of my mouth. That penalty, I think, was the critical difference. Yes, JR made a great play. You got to give the defense credit for standing up when they needed to. A little concerned about Ashland's running game. Number 24 has shown the ability not just to get downfield with speed, but to go straight up the middle with strength. He's going to be a force before this game is over. He already has been. But IUP, without the mistakes, I think still would be dominating this game.
The time of the field goal at the 11:47 mark. It's a 60-yard drive after the penalty.
Turnable.
And the kick is going to be taken back at the 6-yard line and coming his way and finding running room. This is Carter, and Carter takes it all the way out to the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. He almost broke it. They have some speed back there, IUP does, in McNeil, and Carter is in his first year for IUP. He showed a lot in the spring ball. Kashar Carter, freshman out of Simon Gratz, Philadelphia.
Now, the difference is, Jack, that ball didn't hang. It got down there faster than their kick coverage could get there. Big return. IUP very close to blocking in the back, made a quick adjustment. I didn't get a number, but it doesn't matter anyhow. Great run back. Not so good a kick.
And they're going to spot. They had a good kicker last year, 35-yard line of IUP. They'll move it from left to right. We're in the second quarter. At the 11:41 mark, IUP 7, Ashland 3. And Lenny has a sidecar right, 2 receivers to the right. He hands the ball off and breaking it into the secondary. And fighting his way is Samir Bullock. And he's about a half-yard shy of a first down. Bullock and Evans are your backs that'll break it for you at any time. We'll give them 9. Second down and 1. Again, Bullock has it, and he picks up a first down. This time short game, but he got enough at the IUP 47-yard line in that hurry-up offense. I see that Rocco Esposito is the right guard in there, and Darrell Davis, a redshirt freshman's in for Joe Peterson. Bubble screen comes out here. Good block on the outside by Kelly. And with the ball, it is McNeil. He takes it all the way to the Ashland 36-yard line and a first down.
And hats off to Rocco Esposito. He had to work hard to get back. It's one thing to get the red shirt. It's another thing to work to get to this position. I know he did that. I know it wasn't easy.
And in the offseason in the spring, he looks skinny, actually, but he's back up to about 295. First and 10, IUP at the 36. Lenny throws it left side and threw it way over the head of McNeil. Not even close, and that's pretty much what he did the last time when he tried to hit McNeil in the end zone.
Well, again,
Jack, you might have been lucky that was badly thrown, because if he throws it much in the air, it could have been picked.
Yeah, that was one of those scary deals, wasn't it?
Without doubt.
Well, that time, Ashland also brought a corner off the edge. Michael Church. Here again, Lenny pulls that ball. He is going to be on the edge himself. It's getting itself set up closer each time.
The ball's at the 36 of Ashland. Lenny gives it off the left side, and zagging his way is Evans. They will give him the 30-yard line, and a pickup of 6 on the play for Justice Evans. A lot of defensive changes. 4 men out, 4 men in. Going to make it a 3rd and 5, actually, at the Eagles' 31.
One of the things Lenny does, it's kind of unheralded, Jack, is he, even on gives, he carries that fake out. They have to respect that in the secondary with the outside contained. As it becomes less and less, look for him to tuck it and go.
We've got 2 receivers over here to the right. McNeil's in the slot. Kelly on the outside, 3rd and 5. Hand it off. It's Evans, and he meets resistance right at the 30, right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. They elected to keep it on the ground. They went with one of the speed backs, and it just wasn't there, and they're going to go for the first down here.
Yeah, they're in 4-down territory. There's no problem with this at all.
Jack, by the way, if this is going to be a field goal try, there is a very light breeze blowing across the field from where you are to the IUP bench.
Well, they're going to go. They're going to first down at the 31-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They need 5 yards for the first down. That's tempo in there to the left of Lenny Williams, who takes the snap and drops back. Has some time. It breaks down. He can run. He's going to pick up a first down, I think, 30, 25-yard line. He's got a first down.
Barely.
He just made it by a half yard.
Got it by half a yard, but I think he knew that because he started to duck as he got close to that line. Another key component of an athlete with experience.
From the 25, handoff, Temple, 1 yard, that's it. And slicing in from the left side. And making an outstanding play on the defense was Ryan Corcoran, a sophomore linebacker from Columbus, Ohio. Hurry up offense, Temple out. And
that's what I'm talking about, Jack. That edge is committing so rapidly. The pull, he will pull that, and he will be down the sideline.
Dwayne Walls was in there, a good-looking player from Fresno City. He goes to the bench, and he's replaced by McNeil. Sidecar left, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right from the 25. They need 10, and that's a loss on the play of a yard. And that defense coming up, an outstanding play by the veteran James Prater Jr., 6 feet 244 from Columbus, Ohio, did not play in the game last year. And it's a loss of a yard, so now it becomes 3rd and 11 at the 26.
Well, he did make an outstanding play. As a matter of fact, he blew up the right side of the offensive line of IUP, puts them in a tough situation here.
7-3 IUP leads. We're in the second quarter for Diamond Medical Supply. They need 11 for the first down on a third down play. Trips left and JoJo to the right. Back looking for JoJo. He comes back and it's behind him, incomplete. And they were not on the same page. They were in the vicinity, but that didn't go, and it's 4th and 11.
That play was there to be had, Jack.
And so Dylan Sarka will be in again to attempt this time
a 36-yard field goal, would you say?
That's going to be 43. His kick last year was 46. He's kicking from left to right. Petropola is holding. Gunnar Royer snapping. 4th and 11, and a 43-yard attempt from left to right. Snap is good. Spot is good. The kick is blocked. And it's going to be taken by Ashland, and they're going to be tackled right there, and the field goal is blocked. So, here we go. What a game, huh?
Well, again, the ball, good snap, good hold. Just kicked too low. Didn't get enough foot under the ball. It was blocked by a linebacker at the second level. Just elevated his jump. Got to get up a little higher. Play defense.
The second quarter of tonight's IUP football game is brought to you by the Locker Room at Diamond Medical Supply, official supplier of sports teams, medical supplies. Diamond Medical Supply, Oakland Avenue, Indiana. After the blocked punt, Ashland gets the ball with 7:42 to go in the half. Coming up at halftime will be Greg's interview, and that is with head coach Lee Owens, who's been here for 15 years. And he's had tremendous success in recent times. 109-46 is his record. Here we go. On the run, ball throws. Down on one knee. The catch after 2-yard pickup is good. Stanley Jackson Jr. making the catch. 2-yard gain.
Jack, I got to give Matt Berglund some credit down here. The last words out of his mouth before that block kick was, "I don't like the way this looks."
You mean the setup for the field goal?
Yes.
Yeah. And he didn't like it even more afterwards.
Probably true.
So ball under center now with an offset backfield, 2nd and 8. Hands it off to Vaughn. Vaughn finds a little bit of room, and then it's closed, the room, the hole at the 31. 3rd down and 3 for the Eagles at their own 31.
There was room to run there, Jack, but Damon Lloyd closed it in a hurry. Nice sprint draw play, good kick out on the edge. Damon Lloyd saved a big gain.
Ronnie Mitchell in at a defensive left tackle. Redshirt freshman, 6'5", 310, out of Harrisburg. 3rd and 3 at their own 31. Again, the D needs to make a big play here on the IUP side. Here comes the blitz up the middle. Ball throws. It's caught right at the sticks, and it'll be a first down at the 35. Very quick throw. First down play. And the ball is at the 35 of Ashland.
Actually, Jack, on my site, that was a pretty good play by Stevens because that easily could have been juked and gone straight down the field with no one behind him.
Now they'll line it up with two receivers out here to the left for the Eagles, and they'll send a flanker to the right. Sidecar left, 4-down lineman for IUP. Back to pass, setting up, ball throws, near sideline. Catch is made, out of bounds at the 42-yard line, hauling it in, Cameron Green. And that ball was on the money, and there's a flag.
I don't know why there's a flag. There was no hands on his body. They better discuss that in a hurry if they call that an IUP. He ran out of bounds. He never touched him.
We've got a replay here on a monitor.
Maybe.
Let's take a look. He makes the catch. He goes out of bounds. He pushed him out of bounds. They're going to call that.
Wow.
Yeah, he pushed him in the back.
I don't know how much of a push that was.
It wasn't much, but they're going to call it.
The sad part about that was he was probably 5 yards out of bounds when the push occurred.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a little ticky-tacky.
I'm sure there might have been more than one person calling for it on the Ashland side of the field.
I'll take it to the IUP 27, and that's where the Eagles will have a first down. IUP clings to a 7-3 lead, but the Eagles are moving the ball at the 5:51 mark. They blocked the field goal attempt.
So caught up in the play, Jack. What an outstanding throw that was.
Oh, that was a great throw. All the way across the field, put it right on the money. Under center now, ball will take the signal and drop back, fake, Vaughn, fake. He's going to be rushed. Scott missed him, and he breaks the tackle. 25, 20, 15, steps out of bounds at the 12. That's poor tackling.
Very poor.
Should have been a sack.
He was wrapped for a sack. And again, it's grabbing with your arms, not using your shoulder pads, not running once you make the collision. You just can't do it. Not at this level, not at any level. He knows it. That was a big loss in the making. Instead, it was a big gain.
And they're in the Alexander Strength Development Red Zone. They're located next to UPS. Serious athlete needs a serious training facility. Alexander Strength Development Red Zone. And they're at the IUP 12, the Eagles, with a lot of help here from one and another. Vaughn makes one guy miss. He battles his way, and he fights his way to the 6-yard line, and he left tacklers left and right. He made you wouldn't think he has the shifty moves at the size he is, but he does have them, and he moves it to the 6.
Dondre Tillman had a kill shot on him, but again, coming downhill hard, you still got to buzz those feet. Break down, make the play. All he ended up doing was running past, getting an arm on. He had a shot for a no-gainer, perhaps a loss. That's early. It'll get better.
Now the ball at the 6, out of the eye. The pitch goes to Vaughn. He's going to take it close to the end zone. He's into the end zone as he reaches in for the score. A 6-yard gain, and Ashland takes the lead. All coming after the blocked field goal, 75-yard drive. Vaughn scores from 6. And this coming in the second quarter at the 4:20 mark. Attempting to put 10th point on the board, Satchel Denton. Snap coming, the spot, and the kick. And it is good. Ashland, and there's a flag afterwards. We'll
cut the kicker.
We're going to be back in a moment. Ashland leads 10-7 on U92.5 and U92.5 Sports Channel.
At Diamond Drug Store, we believe that the patient, physician, pharmacy team cannot be overemphasized. Patients should ask to speak to the pharmacist. They should know what medications are being given and what the intended purpose of the medication is. They should also know what potential adverse effects there may be and certain things to look for. The Diamond Drug pharmacists want to keep their patients informed. Diamond Drug Stores, 841 Hospital Road and 670 Philadelphia Street, Indiana. At Diamond Drug Stores, we care about care.
Iron City Beer was there when a nation divided built a city forged of iron and coal, when Prohibition tried to break up the party, and when the smoke cleared and the city of bridges emerged. From day-long shifts at the steel mill to the end of year 9 to 5, we've been there. Iron City Beer.
Pittsburgh Brewing salutes all the hard-working folks from local companies like these.
Everyone who waits tables or works in a hot kitchen.
The hard-working brewers of Iron City and IC Light raise their glasses to you.
Today's best music, U92.5.
Unless they waved it off.
I think they must have waved it off because Ashland's going to kick off from their 35-yard line. It is now a 10-7 game, and IUP's got to go to work here, and they're committing a lot of mistakes here in the first half of play. Denton's kick comes to the near side, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback. We have some first quarter stats here for you. Total offense, 152 yards on 29 plays for IUP, 155 yards Ashland on 24. Possession 13-20 to 12-20. IUP's favored. The penalties, 4 for 40 yards IUP, 2 for 10 yards for Ashland, but sometimes there are mistakes that don't show up on the sheet. But IUP will have the football on their 25-yard line.
4:20 left, Jack. Ideally, you'd like to see them use it all. Get 7, get off the field. Make some corrections, clean up the mistakes.
And, of course, we'll talk with Coach Tortorella when he comes back for the second half. That's brought to you by the Co-op Store, A+ for the student, A+ for you. From their own 25, the handoff, 1 yard. And that is Justice Evans, who only gets the 1 yard on the play. Rushing today, the Crimson Hawks 22 carries for 99 yards. Ashland, 16 carries for 113 yards. Second down, I guess there was no gain. Second down and 10 at the 25. On the far side, Hash to Lenny. Lenny back, and he looks long. Nobody open there. Comes to the right, throws sideline. JoJo's open. He makes the catch. Down he goes at the 32-yard line, 3 yards short of a first down.
Ashland is only rushing 3 down linemen, and ideally what they're doing is playing half man on the front, and they're sitting in position. There's no effort to make penetration. They want to play off their block to the inside running game. IUP has to do a better job of rooting those 3 out. And again, low pads will win the battle. Third and 2 at the 33 for IUP with a sidecar left. 2 receivers to the left. The ball goes to Temple. He has a hole. He breaks it for a first down, and he takes it to the 40-yard line. And a first down for the Crimson Hawks coming with 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. And the Eagles leading the Crimson Hawks 10-7. Recall last year IUP had to come from behind to win that game. Sidecar right, back, looking, throwing, caught by JoJo. Tries to spin out of the arms. He does. Takes it from the 45 to the 47-yard line. Pitch and catch. Coming over to make the play for the Eagles, the left side corner in Isaiah Roberts. Daryl Davis in the game right now, Jack, at left tackle.
Yeah, he's been in there for a while.
He's doing a nice job.
Yeah, he's a redshirt freshman, big guy, 300-pounder in for Joe Peterson. Apparently can't go. And on a second down, they give it to Evans, and he breaks it for a first down and takes it into Eagles territory at the 38. So Dauberman is in there on the right guard, Ken Roman the right tackle, Arnold at center, Esposito moves to the left guard, so McAllister's not in there, and Evans. Check it out, Greg, if McAllister's injured. He's not in there. 3 receivers left and a flanker to the right on a new set of downs. Bubble screen, left side, Evans has it, 45, and he takes it to the Ashland 41-yard line.
Yeah, I like what they're doing. They're keeping them off balance. They have the quick routes to the outside, the quick hitters. The read inside is there, and I'm telling you, Jack, anytime Lenny wants to pull that ball, especially going to his left, he's got nothing but yardage in front of him.
Dwayne Walls, the freshman, is in as one of 3 receivers to the right. Second down and 2 at the 41. Ashland showing blitz. Lenny looking, stutter steps, and then throws an incomplete pass. He threw a shovel pass. He kind of undecided what to do when he came out to his left, and then he tried to shovel instead of maybe keep running the ball. It's third down now, and they've got the clock stopped with a minute 21 to go.
Jack McAllis is on the sideline. He looks fine.
He looks fine. Okay, they're just rotating the offensive line. Third down and a little more than 2 at the 41 of the Eagles. 3 receivers, trips to the right. Solo receiver to the left. Need a first down here on a third down play. They only have 3 defenders up front. Back to pass. Looks like nobody's open. Throws the ball. Caught at the 32-yard line. That'll be a first down. JoJo Gauze making the catch for IUP. Gauze last year with 22 receptions for 4 touchdowns and a new set of downs.
He's a big target, Jack, at 6'3", 220 pounds. He shielded off. He blocked the corner with his body. Great throw, great catch.
Rogers to the left. Transfer West Virginia. Slot left. Walls. Back. Looking for Rogers. He's open. The pass caught by Rogers at the 27, the 25, to the 19, and a first down. And boy, that was a beautiful throw by Lenny Williams that time, and coming over to make the tackle was Tristan Reichelderfer. New set of
also a miracle catch, Jack.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Rogers, and now they're in the Alexander Strength Development red zone in hurry-up mode with the ball at the 20-yard line. Showing blitz up the middle. Lenny is back. He eludes a man. He's still on his feet. Williams coming to the right. Throws the pass in short in the end zone. Incomplete. It might not have been a bad idea because the coverage was pretty good.
Here again, if he gets his feet set, he probably has a chance to throw a strike there. Great to avoid that. They have blitzed the last 3 downs. So I'm saying right over the middle is the dump zone. It's there.
If JoJo had been awake on that one, though, that was a catchable ball. If he had just read the quarterback better, he should have come back for that ball and didn't.
3 receivers to the right. Miles Williamson is in among them at 6'4". Slot man, not a slot man, the sidecar left. Second down, back, looking. There's a man. Rogers is wide open. Now they cover him. He throws the pass, and he dives for it in the end zone, and he's got a touchdown. Rogers was open, and I didn't know if Lenny could get the ball to him in time. He did, and Rogers, the transfer from West Virginia, has another touchdown, and IUP comes right back with a lead.
Well, Rogers going from his right to his left. Lenny threw the ball where only he was going to catch it, low to the outside. Great route, great catch, touchdown.
Rogers, a player out of Gateway High School and transferred from WVU, has made 2 catches tonight, touchdowns. Lenny's thrown 2, and now Sarka to add the extra point to snap the spot, and the kick, it is good. We're back in a moment, and IUP is back on top. The Crimson Hawks 14, the Eagles 10. We're back in a moment with 26 seconds to go in the quarter on U92.5 and U92radio.com.
The Meadows Original Frozen Custard, serving Indiana since 1989, wishes the Crimson Hawks good luck this season. Stop in for the flavor of the day. Great frozen custard plus low-fat and fat-free yogurt. That's the Meadows, Oakland Avenue in Indiana.
Do you have a child looking to stay active this fall? The Indiana County YMCA has the perfect solution with its Youth Soccer League. Youth soccer is a fantastic way for kids ages 4 through 9 to stay active and have fun. For more information, log on to icymca.org.
Your home for today's best music. U92.5.
Jack Benedict Abditory back at the S&T Bank broadcast booth. Building the perfect bank account is easy with cash rewards, totally free worldwide ATMs, and more. And for a limited time, you can get a cash bonus when you open a preferred banking account. Visit stbank.com for all the details. Member FDIC. 75-yard drive. IUP leads it by a score of 14-10. And the kickoff by Sean Bowling takes them to the goal line. Coming back to the 10, to the 15, the 20, and tripped up at the 25-yard line. Shaq Jones and company, and also Zach Kelly helping to make the play.
They have a talker on their team, too.
Don't they all?
Oh, no doubt.
So now we have just 19 seconds left in the half.
Hey, everything has to be kept in front. Nobody gets behind. No long passes.
Ball is at the 26 of the Eagles. We'll have halftime stats. Greg's interview, that's all coming up at halftime. And we'll hear from the coach. And we have, a whistle blowing here.
We're going to give a lot of attention to number 1, Cameron Green. And I don't blame him. There's going to be one underneath, one over the top. He's not going to break deep where they have him isolated, as they're trying to do on the left side. Somebody has their thinking cap on over there.
Let's see what... Did they change the time? No, the time on the clock remains at 19 seconds.
And the sticks went back 5 yards.
Yeah, back to the 21. 5-yard penalty against the Eagles. And, of course, IUP has everybody deep here just in case. I'll hand it off to Vaughn, and Vaughn will take it for about 5 yards on the play. Vaughn,
probably the last
he's
play.
over 100 yards now in the game. And they're going to run it down, and that is going to be the half. Well, mistakes, some excitement, and more to come, and a lot of talking down on the field. The halftime score, IUP Crimson Hawks, number 4 in the nation, 14. Ashland University Eagles, number 50 in the nation, 10. We're back with a halftime show in just a moment. You're listening to IUP football coming your way on U92.5 and U92Radio.com.
Great game, Coach Lombardi. How do you keep this team fired up all the time?
Well, Jack, our secret weapon is all these fans wearing the Crimson Hawk gear from the Co-op store. The tradition of teamwork at the Co-op store and their support of the entire community is championship level. And when they outfit our fans and everything, cheer on the Crimson Hawks, that really fires this team up. For all your IUP Crimson Hawk apparel, as well as books and office supplies, make a fast break to the Co-op store.
Luther Ford is celebrating Labor Day weekend with a huge sale, and they'll be open Labor Day Monday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Whether you're in the market for a car, truck, or SUV, new or used, Luther Ford has you covered with huge savings and fabulous incentives on America's top-selling brand with 0% financing on most new models.
You got to make it to Luther Ford this weekend for the huge Labor Day sale. Remember, Luther Ford's open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Labor Day Monday. They invite you to stop by for some complimentary burgers and dogs.
Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, or shop 24/7 at lutherford.com.
Hey, Mikey, have you heard about the S&T Solutions Center? No, sir. Just call them up. They have a rink full of financial solutions and experts who find the best one for you.
Well, scratch my back with a hacksaw.
Well, I can do that too. Or at least get you a home equity loan.
Well, call Arnold Slick from Turtle Creek.
No, call the S&T Solutions Center.
It's just a figure of speech.
Gotcha. The number's 1-800-325-2265. S&T Bank, Equal Housing Lender. Member FDIC.
This is Indiana County District Attorney Patrick Doherty, IUP class of 1997. I want to wish the Crimson Hawks the best of luck this season. I congratulate all of our student athletes and thank them for their dedication. And thanks to their families for supporting them. Like in life, success comes from being involved and being committed. And congratulations to the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, on his 50th year behind the mic. Here's to another great season, Jack. Let's win it all. Paid for by Patrick Doherty for DA.
Your home for IUP Sports.
U92.5.
Jack Benedict along with Ab DeTore at the S&T Bank broadcast booth. And IUP leads in this ball game by a score of 14-10. We'll have the look at the recap here. IUP punted the first time they had the ball. Ashland did the same. It was a bad punt. IUP came down, tried a field goal. Well, it was a bad snap. Never got it off. Next time down, Ashland forced the punt. IUP got the ball, 7:30 to go at their 20-yard line, and they moved 80 yards for a touchdown at the 2:06 mark to take the lead. Ball at the 6 of Ashland, 0-0 game. Temple's back in. Goss, JoJo to the left, and a flanker to the right. Lenny looks right. He throws. End zone. Is it caught in bounds? Juggled. Are they going to call a touchdown to Ricky Rogers? Rogers had to turn around. He makes the catch. We had to see, first of all, if it was going to be a good catch. It was a good catch. And the extra point by Dylan Sarka. And IUP took a lead of 7-0. A lot of mistakes in this first half of play. Ashland gets the ball at their 25-yard line. And a personal foul on the kickoff put the ball at the 40-yard line. They went 60 yards. They get a field goal by Denton, made the score 7-3 at the 11:47 mark. IUP drives, look like they're going to get on the board, tried a field goal from 43, blocked, never got it off. And Ashland gets the ball to 25. They came down and they got some key plays. Also some bad tackling by IUP. Vaughn scores from 6 yards out, 75-yard drive at the 4:20 mark. And Ashland goes up by a score of 10-7 at that point. But the Crimson Hawks, despite making a lot of mistakes, then drives the ball 75 yards. Another Williams to Rogers touchdown. Williamson is in among them at 6'4". Slot man, not a slot man, the sidecar left. Second down, back, looking. There's a man, Rogers is wide open. Now they cover him. He throws the pass, and he dives for it in the end zone, and he's got a touchdown. Rogers was open, and I didn't know if Lenny could get the ball to him in time. He did, and Rogers, the transfer from West Virginia, has another touchdown, and IUP comes right back with a lead. And Sarka the extra point, and that's where they stand right now at 14-10. Coming back, we'll have statistics, but when we come back, we'll have the interview that Greg had conducted with the coach, the longtime coach, Lee Owens of Ashland University. You're listening on an IUP football night on U92.5, U92.5 Sports Channel, 1410 IUP.
The robotic surgery at the Indiana Regional Medical Center is some of the most advanced microsurgery in the world, and you can learn all about it at the Indiana County Fair. All week long, visit the IRMC display at the fair and see this high-end robotic technology in action. You can even touch it and give it a try and talk to members of the robotic surgery team at IRMC. And remember to sign up to receive IRMC's eHealth newsletter and register to win a $250 Visa debit card from IRMC. See you at the fair.
This is attorney Bob Marcus.
And I'm attorney Jonathan Mack.
The law firm of Marcus & Mack is proud to support IUP football.
We wish Coach Tort and the Crimson Hawks a great season.
Marcus & Mack is a regional law firm representing injured victims in western and central Pennsylvania.
For nearly 4 decades, we've helped clients obtain financial compensation for their losses.
So on behalf of the law firm of Marcus & Mack,
go Crimson Hawks.
Call Larry Catless, financial advisor of Eagle Strategies LLC, a registered investment advisor for all of your financial planning needs. Registered representative offering securities through NY Life Securities LLC, member FINRA SIPC, a licensed insurance agency. Office located at 674 Philadelphia Street, Indiana, PA. Eagle Strategies LLC and NY Life Securities LLC are New York Life companies. Call this number. It's never too late. 463-7788.
Your home for IUP Sports.
U92.5.
We're back at the half, and the score is 14-10. IUP leads Ashland University in this game. Don't forget, it's going to be the opener next Thursday night hosting Millersville University. Let's go to Greg Drahaszek now, the halftime feature with the coach of the Ashland University Eagles.
With me this afternoon, Coach Lee Owens from Ashland, the coach of the Ashland Eagles. Coach, thanks for taking some time out of a busy day.
Hey, welcome to Ashland, Ohio.
Glad to be here. I got to ask you, you had a long history at Akron University. I forget how many years in total, but what prompted you to move from Akron to Ashland?
I get fired at Akron.
That's a good reason.
yeah. You know, it was a great experience, a great run. Teams they make changes in that league after a while, and it happened, but it ended up being in a great place. I mean, it's a great school, and I did my graduate work here. I grew up 5 minutes from here, so it was like me coming home.
Two numbers are impressive when I look back at your recent history. The numbers are 30 and 5. Your cumulative record over the last 3 years. How'd you get it done?
We had a great quarterback in Travis Tarnowski, who was a winner. He won nearly 40 games here in his 4-year career, and never missed a snap, never missed a start. Just a tough kid, and he was a winner, and he made everybody else around him better. So, so much of it goes credit to him. We played great defense during that time and ran the ball pretty well, but 90% of the success you have in this game is the guy behind center.
Not unusual. The Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference has been known for many, many decades as being a highly competitive conference. How would you assess what you see week in, week out?
it's difficult. I mean, you got 3 teams ranked in the top 15 this year, and it's not unusual for Ferris and Grand Valley and for us, to all be competing in a really tough region. It's tough. I mean, and that's not counting Wayne State, Saginaw Valley, and tough Northern Michigan or Michigan Tech. It's just a good league. I mean, there's no you just can't, you got to be ready to play every week.
Given your history most recently, and even going back more years than that, Ashland's program has become one where you're not rebuilding, just simply reloading. Is that what you see this year?
I hope so. I mean, we're young. We're playing some young guys up front on the offensive line, and they got to grow up in a hurry. And playing such a good team like IUP, there's no margin of error. There's no room to develop in the early season. You got to be ready to go in first game. And so, we've had those guys here all summer, and we'll see. We think they're really talented. They're going to be really good, but I'm sure they're going to make some freshman mistakes out there. We're
sitting on a field level in a facility that's, quite frankly, we're extremely envious of. This is, for those fans of IUP who are not here listening on radio, you cannot believe what we are looking at here. State-of-the-art press box, wonderful environment. How'd you get all this done?
Well, there's a lot of folks here in the community that, wanted to bring football back to campus. We didn't even have an on-field campus stadium, and so we were able to do it right. We had some generous donors and some proud alums that, supported the program, and it happened to be at a time where we had good football teams. In 07, 08, we had a couple playoff teams, and so, all the stars aligned, and the donors were generous, and, we were able to build a facility. A facility like this would normally be $30, $40 million. We built it at a time when the economy was down a little bit for about $18 million, which is unheard of. So we were fortunate. Everything just worked out in our favor.
That's stunning. If you're saying you built this place for $18 million, I can't tell you, and for our fans listening, how impressed I am with this facility in all regard. We haven't been everywhere, but you've got this wonderful building at the end of the stadium, which I guess you use for locker rooms and offices. Is that correct?
Locker room and offices, weight room, training room, meeting room, locker rooms. It's amazing. Yeah, it's the VIP rooms in there. Our press conference room is in there. And then, and you add to the top of this, we've got the great track and soccer facility that goes along with this. So they have their own field, and, it really works out pretty well. We're blessed. We're fortunate to have a facility like this. It's helped our recruiting. In the last 11 years since this building's been up, we're 92-28. So we've won some games, and we're recruiting better. The retention of our athletes better. And it's more efficient to train our athletes. All those things improved when we built this facility.
Speaking of recruiting, how much of an impact, if you can assess it, has your football success helped recruiting for the entire university?
I think it's been it's been a part of that. I mean, if we go out to these local high schools and we get the football star, there's a lot of students follow, and maybe a cheerleader or a band member, and it's just it keeps us in the high schools, keeps us relevant in those high schools, and so. I think we're a small private university. Enrollment's critical for us. And so to have a football team of 150 guys and how many students they bring with them, we don't know. But we think it has an impact.
Let me take you away from a little bit of the general issues around the university and the program. There's a new rule in college football relative to fair catches on footballs kicked within the 25-yard line. What's your assessment of the rule? How will you plan on dealing with it?
We're going to scout their kicker a little bit in pregame and see how much hang time he has on the ball. Make a determination where it would have to be kicked for us to make the fair catch signal, and we'll give our returners that information prior to taking the field. Again, it kind of depends on the kicker, and it kind of depends on the skill and the speed of the coverage team, whether you would try to bring the ball out from inside the 10 or you just take it on the 25 and eliminate the opportunity, maybe a turnover or a muff kick or a catch or something of that sort. So, there's a little strategy that goes to it, and we're considering all that. Obviously, it's an aim at eventually, I think, getting kickoff, return kind of out of the game, the college game, the pro game, because of the number of collisions that take place. And I'm okay with that, too.
For us old folks, so that's a change we didn't exactly welcome too much. Coach Owens, thanks a million for taking the time to be with me. Best of luck through the season. I know you're going to be competitive. You were last year, quite obviously. Your program looks like that's going to continue. So, again, best of luck and good wishes for the season.
Thanks, and congratulations to the IUP team and all their success a year ago. That was a great run they had, and they've got a great team coming back. So it'll be a nice game tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Jack, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. Lee Owens, the coach of the Ashland University Eagles. Thanks for joining us. He's been terrific for 15 years, and he's made this really a winning program, not only locally, but also nationally. We're back here in just a moment with the score, IUP leading at 14-10, and we're coming your way from another Miller Stadium, Jack Miller Stadium and Martinelli Field, with the score 14-10 here at the half. We'll be back after we take a timeout on U92.5 and U92.5 Sports Channel.
Young or old, if you have pain or weakness, you just want to feel right again. Hi, this is Dr. Dave Hoff of Hoff Chiropractic Clinic. We are now featuring innovative wellness solutions, a collaboration of medical doctors and chiropractors offering the most modern and progressive approach to healthcare and patient outcomes in the region, with pain management specialists for faster relief of your acute and chronic problems. Hoff Chiropractic Clinic has 3 convenient locations to better serve your needs. Call us today at 724-479-0442 for a complimentary consultation with our team. You have nothing to lose but your pain.
Looking for a unique dining experience? Try Josephine's fabulous pizza from their imported wood-fired oven, along with fantastic sandwiches and appetizers, a wide selection of wines from around the world, too. Great lunch spot, open Tuesday through Saturday from 11:30 a.m. till close. Josephine's Pizzeria, 1037 Philadelphia Street, downtown Indiana.
McNaughton and Latrobe Moving and Storage is IUP Crimson Hawks proud. Whether you're transporting your belongings around the corner, out of state, or around the world, call McNaughton and Latrobe Moving and Storage with 3 locations, Indiana, Johnstown, and Latrobe. Call 724-463-3571.
Your home for IUP Sports.
U92.5.
And we're back at halftime with IUP leading Ashland 14-10 at the S&T Bank broadcast booth. Remember, at S&T, building the perfect bank account is easy with cash rewards, totally free worldwide ATMs, and more. And for a limited time, you can get a cash bonus when you open a preferred banking account. Visit stbank.com for all the details. Member FDIC. We'll get to the stats in a moment. First, I'm going to turn it over here to Abby, and we want to take a look at halftime adjustments, of course, brought to you by our friends at Hoff Chiropractic Clinics in Indiana, North Apollo, and Blairsville. All right.
I think first and foremost, Jack, the simplest adjustment is use your head. And I don't mean as far as a battering ram or anything like that. You got to use your head in situations to avoid costly penalties. Whether somebody said something to you or not, or you caught a cheap shot, regardless what precipitated it, the second guy always gets caught. If you initiated it, then shame on you. IUP had 2 costly penalties. It cost them a touchdown. I think, secondly, shore the defensive front up. You know, they have to play across the face of the block. If it's a offensive lineman's taking your side away, that's definitely where the play is going. You have to get multiple bodies and shoulders on number 24. He's a formidable back. He's quick. He's powerful. I think the other thing is wrap the arms, lead with the shoulder, run the legs. IUP will win this game.
All right, there you go with the halftime adjustments brought to you by Hoff Chiropractic Clinic, Indiana, North Apollo, and Blairsville. Let's take a look at the stats with IUP leading it, 14-10, 13-9 in first downs. IUP's rushed 24 times, 109 yards. Ashland 17 times, 119 yards. Andrew Vaughn has 13 carries for 95 of those yards. He's averaging 7.3. Justice Evans has 48 yards for IUP on 10 carries. Lenny Williams has 39 yards on 5 carries, and Bullock 4 carries for 16. Temple 4 carries for 11. Lenny is 11 for 16 for 2 touchdowns on 118 yards, not sacked once. Ball is 5 for 8, 42 yards, and 1 sack in the game. Total offense, 40 plays, 227 IUP. Ashland 25 for 161. Penalties, 4 for 40 against IUP, 3 for 15 Ashland. Time of possession, 17-14 to 12-46 in favor of IUP. Fourth downs, IUP 1 of 2, Ashland 0-0. Red zone, each team has scored in the red zone. Each team is 2 for 2 in the Alexander Strength Development red zone. So there you go. We're going to go down to Greg now, down below, as IUP leads 14-10 at the half. Greg, down to you. I'm not picking him up right now. So we'll have to wait on that, just not making a transmission for down below. Ab, how about some other thoughts here in the first half of play?
You know what, Jack? It is early in the season. I mean, it's obviously your first game. You're going to have those kind of mistakes, the offside, the misalignments. I think that that goes without saying, and that happens at all levels of football, whether it's high school, collegiately, or professionally. But I think, the butterflies are out now. You have to be smart. You have to use your head. You cannot play to protect this lead. IUP needs to run their offense. There's no doubt in my mind that Lenny is going to get some yards. It's there.
And speaking of it's there, he's there. And I've got him now. Greg, now down to you.
Jack, two things for the first half struck me. One of which is about the game, and the other is something else. The one about the game is Rogers. He's made 2 catches. Obviously, the catch he made for a touchdown was a great effort. The one that impressed me, though, was the one before. You probably couldn't see it, but his angle on that throw was terrible. I expected it to be picked. How he kept his eye on the ball, I don't know. The second item, Jack, is, I don't know if you know this, but the public address announcer gave you a nice series of comments about your 50 or 5 decades as broadcasting. You might not have heard it, but he got a big round of applause from the stands. Let me find Coach Tortorella.
All right, you can find him in the coach's interview, brought to you by the Co-op Story, plus for the student, a plus for you. And Greg gets the coach. We'll go right back to you, Greg.
Coach, your assessment of the first half.
Good first half. We hurt ourselves with a couple penalties, both offensively, procedure-wise, and a couple 15-yard penalties, one on defense, one on kick coverage. But, they're a good team. I mean, we just got to play better in the second half.
Number 24, their running back. Looks like a potentially very formidable running back. How do you deal with him?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to play better gap control and tackle better. We've missed some tackles, missed a couple checks, and we're misaligned. But and they give you a lot of different looks. I mean, they do a good job on offense.
Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Jack.
Okay, the coach's interview brought to you, as we said, by the Co-op Store, a plus for the student and a plus for you. By the way, defensively, we don't want to slight these guys. By the way, thanks to the folks. I did not hear the announcement earlier, but thank you. Appreciate it a lot. Damon Lloyd, 5 tackles. Easterling, Shaq Jones, Petropola each with 3. Isaiah Roberts and Nick Powers each have 6. Easterling has he has a sack in this game and 1 tackle for a loss. It's 14-10. I want to remind fans of the Millersville game next week, by the way. Some of your schedules that were printed early may say 7 o'clock. The game is 6:30 kickoff, 6:30.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Jack.
Yeah, they changed that along the way. Millersville wanted to get back a little bit earlier. So we'll be on there at 6 o'clock with the kickoff at 6:30 next Thursday. All right, so you won't be late.
I'm glad you said that, or I would have been late.
All right, IUP is going to be kicking off here, and it is Sean Bowling, so we're going to go bowling here as the return men are back and ready to receive William McDaniel and Isaiah Stiverson. And the kick is all the way back to yard deep in the end zone. Coming over here to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and brought down by, let's see who got him there. That was Shaq Jones who brought him down, and the return man was William McDaniel, and so the Eagles will have the ball first time around here in the third quarter. By the way, the third quarter of today's game presented by the law firm of Holsinger, Clark & Armstrong, serving Indiana County for over 50 years. 50 years. Gee, that sounds familiar. Holsinger, Clark & Armstrong, downtown Indiana, and online at hcalaw.com. So the ball is put at the 22-yard line as we get it underway, and Vaughn gets the ball. He has over 100 yards in the game, and he turns the corner, and he goes out of bounds all the way to the 35-yard line, picked up 13 yards on the play.
He's very quick, Jack. He can move laterally extremely well, as good as anybody I've seen. But not only that, he had outstanding stock blocks. All three, the safety, the strong safety, and the corner, were all taken care of and controlled. Got to clean it up. Too much.
So now we have a first down at their own 37-yard line. IUP has defensively Tillman at the right end, Easterling at the left end. Interior is Shockley and also Scott. From the I formation, the deep handoff goes to Vaughn, turns the corner at the 40, on his feet at the 45, gets pushed down from behind, but he picked up more yardage, and J.R. Stevens brought him down at the 49-yard line, and so he picks up another 12 yards on the play, and he is eating up the IUP defense.
Yeah, Coach Tork can't be happy with the end play he's getting right now. They're getting walled to the inside. not fighting across the block. Not a lot of help from inside linebackers either. There's a nice job up front of this, you want to call them young offensive line. They're pretty good offensive line. I don't care how old they are.
Ball is out their own 49-yard line. And the ball, the quarterback with a sidecar left, 3 receivers to the right. The handoff goes to OG, and he'll cross the 50-yard line, and he fight. Boy, they're tough. They just will not be brought down. He takes it to the 45 and picked up 6 yards on the play. Luke OG, 5'11", 219, from Millersburg, Ohio. And they're picking up yardage on the IUP defense with the ball at the Crimson Hawks' 45-yard line. Of course, with scoring for IUP tonight with 14 points. We'll give you an update here on that in a moment. Faking, booting to the right, in trouble, and down he goes because he ran into number 99, and that's Tillman with a sack. He had 8.5 last year, All-American candidate at the end spot. So that time, no fooling all the way back to the 48.
The thing that was nice about it, Jack, it was good play-action fake. Tillman did not buy it at all, but what he did do is he broke down, buzzed his feet. There was no running away from him that time, wrapped his arms, and, of course, he's a big frame, collapsed him. Big loss, big play, third down.
They've got another pass rusher now in there on the inside in Malik Allen. He did not play last year. He was allowed to practice, but he was out because of academics, but he's back, played 2 years ago. Third down now and 12. Ball rolls to the right, sets up, and he lobs it. Way incomplete. No catch available down there, all the way down at the 28-yard line of IUP, and the defense holds.
Jan Coleman, great coverage. He smothered him. He would not allow him. He ran hip to hip with the wide out. There was no release. Nice job.
He's the new guy in town from Florida Tech. Really nice young man we talked with. And he's happy to be at IUP. He already has his degree from Florida Tech. Now in the short punt formation, but they'll drop back.
Well, that's so dangerous.
It is. He's 6, 7, 8 yards back, Brennan. He takes it, and he will kick it out. And the kick is away from Petropola, and it is down at the IUP 17-yard line.
Yeah, that took a good IUP bounce. If it wasn't grabbed out of the air there, it was going to roll back about to the 25-yard line. Instead, it's on the 19. Good stop, big sack. I'm going to talk about a big play in the game, Jack. That could come right back to Dondra Tillman.
And the punt, and IUP will take the ball from their own 19-yard line. We're in the third quarter. Brought to you by the law firm of Holsinger, Clark, and Armstrong, serving Indiana County for over 50 years. On their own 19 in the far side hash, IUP and Lenny Williams takes over. The Hawks lead in the game by a score of 14-10, sidecar right. Lenny hands the ball off up the middle, and that's nothing. Right at the line of scrimmage. And I think there was some extracurricular there, and I can hear the IUP bench. Greg, you're over there.
Yeah, the complaint is that they bowled over Harris after that play was well over. That easily could have been a personal foul.
That was Michael Hopewell who made the tackle. No gain, 2nd and 10. Grant Smith, true freshman out of Central Dauphin, is the left end. Out here, Zach Kelly split to the right. Slot on the right. Pistol formation, 2nd and 10 at their own 19. Williams fakes, boots to the right. He has a man open. He throws it to him. It's complete. And fighting his way for good yardage, and that is Watts. Jacob Watts takes it to almost. He's a yard short of a first down.
I'll tell you what, Jack, good second and third effort on his part. Puts the shoulder down, takes on 2 tacklers. He would have been 3 yards shy. Instead, he's about a half yard shy.
Former quarterback in high school, 6'2", 239 out of Scranton. 3rd and a yard to go at the IUP 28, leading here in the third quarter, 14-10. Lenny has a sidecar left. Let's see if he keeps it. No, he hands it off. And Bullock gets the first down to the 30. They spun him around, but he picks up the first down.
Yeah, but you're getting the impression that Ashland is really committing to the running play, which is leaving us a lot of wide-open receivers.
I think that's part of it. They're certainly concerned about Lenny being able to pull the ball, but slowly but surely they're starting to suck in on every inside belly play. I still say he can pull it, especially on the left side, with some major yards.
Split receiver left, split receiver right, and they have double wing formation in there with a sidecar right. And faking, he looks. Lenny, nobody open. He's going to run the football if he can net outside and turn it on at the 35. He's at the 40 with a first down to the 45-yard line. That's the old Lenny Williams. Nothing wrong with that. First down, IUP, as he picks up 15.
He is as elusive as he ever was and a little bit smarter. A whole lot smarter. He got what he could get. You don't need to take a hit. Get out of bounds. Now, Franco Harris made a living out of that.
Lenny Williams had 11 for 16 passing in the first half, and he also added 39 rushing yards. And now he has his team with a new first down on the far side hash at their own 45-yard line. And Lenny will give it nothing. They can't go up the middle. Evans is knocked down by Prater. Yard loss, 2nd and 11. They keep pounding in there, and that defense keeps stopping them.
Well, what they're bringing edge pressure instantly. They're trying to catch that, but they also want to keep Lenny in the box. Unfortunately, there's not enough push inside right now. They have two big bulls on the defensive tackle. They're just lined up right over the guard, just creating a big block zone there. A lot of room on the edge yet. Again, inside fake, take it and go, Lenny.
14 points for IUP, $7 a point, $98 being contributed to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive from Luther Ford. Flat pass to Evans. In trouble. Eludes one man, can't elude another one. And he goes down, a completed pass for a loss of a couple. And that was Clay Shreve, the linebacker who came over, and IUP's going the wrong way. It's now 3rd and 12.
He got good corner presence that time, made the route be adjusted, and then Clay Shreve came right over the top. Excellent inside linebacker getting outside, closing down that gap. Excellent play.
Well, let's see what they do now with the third down play coming up. 12 to go for the first down on their own 42. 14-10 third quarter. Crowd into a good crowd on hand tonight. Sidecar left, 3 receivers left, one to the right. Williams back, here comes the blitz. The ball's deflected, incomplete. And there's a flag down below us here.
Defense
offside.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a savior, isn't it?
Well, they're trying to time up that blitz, Jack, and it worked that time because they got across the line of scrimmage before the snap.
5-yard penalty. Keeps the drive alive. Third down, it stays. Puts the ball at the Crimson Hawks' 47-yard line. And that shortens it a little bit to make it 3rd and 8. 8:25 to go, third quarter.
I'm a big inside screen guy, and I think it's here right now because they want to bring the house.
Press defense over here against JoJo on the right. 3 receivers to the left. 8 yards needed for a first down. They back off JoJo a little bit. Williams back. Pumps over the middle. Incomplete. There's nobody there. He just dumped it off. And impeding the progress and getting in the way was Jack Hole, a 282-pound defensive tackle, and that'll force a fourth down and a punt from Nico Ruiz.
He also had a lot of pressure from James Prater, who feels he was grabbed by the face mask.
Oh, that was his complaint afterwards.
Yes.
Ruiz, 1 punt for 47 yards in the first half. And back to receive. Single safety back there. The snap is good to Ruiz, and he gets it away. And the kick is good, and it is fumbled. And it's going to be up for grabs, and does IUP have it? And I think they do at the 11 to 16-yard line. Let's wait and see the official. Yeah,
yes.
IUP ball. That was a very poor attempt at trying to field that thing.
Well, it was almost like I'm caught between whether I should try to catch it or let it go. Nobody wants to let a punt go because that's an automatic tack-on loss as it rolls down the field. The ball tailed off in front of him.
I want to see who recovered. He tried to. It was almost like a shoestring catch. And I'm watching the video here, and let's see who's in the middle of the pile. Well, they cut it off too quickly.
That's the benefit of having a kicker that style. That ball can bounce all over the place, and things like this happen fairly regularly.
So the ball is at the 16-yard line with 8 minutes, 11 seconds to go in this third quarter. The Crimson Hawks trying to capitalize on the muffed punt. They have the ball at the 16, leading 14-10. Williams has two receivers left. Tight ends double. He's going to run the football, and he's upended for a yard. And coming over was number 11, Nick Powers, the safety man, who had 6 tackles in the first half.
Again, like Greg mentioned earlier, they are geared to stop the run. You don't too often see the free safety, in this case a strong safety, sitting right at the line of scrimmage as he did that time.
So now Lenny will line him up with a 2nd and 9 at the 15 with 3 receivers left. Rogers, who has 2 touchdown catches, is the slot out there on the left side. Justice Evans to the left of Lenny Williams. Only 3 linemen up front. They give it to Justice, and he turns and spins and gets a couple of yards, 2, 3. They'll take him down to about the 12. Going to bring up 3rd down now. So let's see. They like to go with a fade on some of these larger receivers that IUP has. On a 3rd down, and who are they going to bring in? They may have to call time here. No, they've got a lot of time, 20 seconds. They do bring in Chris Temple and Dom McNeil. So a lot of movement, 15 seconds and counting. So the ball at the 12-yard line with a 3rd down play. They need 6 for the first down. Temple running back to the right. Goss one-on-one. JoJo's out here one-on-one to the right. Watch for the fade. He looks left and throws in the end zone, and no, couldn't get to it. It was in open territory, incomplete. Well, we're going to see McNeil was the intended receiver.
Yeah, I think Don McNeil got a little twisted up there. He got tangled up with the strong safety once again and was not able to make the outside break. Lenny threw it to where he was going to be.
If a little air under that ball happened, it's completion.
Well, they're going to line it up. Let's see if we can get IUP to make a field goal here tonight. This has been an adventure, some of this going on. This is going to be a 29-yard attempt. They'll spot it around the 19. There's a lot of milling around. I think they changed footballs. It's a dry night. It's a cool and comfortable and beautiful football night. IUP leads 14-10. This is a 29-yard attempt to add 3 points by Dylan Sarka. So the muffed punt didn't hurt as far as a touchdown, but IUP will try to make them pay anyway with a 3-pointer on the board. Petropola holding and Gunnar Royer snapping. Let's watch the snap, the spot, the kick by Sarka is no good.
Wide right.
And O'Day, they cannot get it down pat. No good.
Well,
and Ashland takes over.
Talk about timing, Jack. Once again, that was a high snap. It was up by his head, as you can see, above his head. Actually pulled it back down. He just missed it wide to the right, probably by a yard or two. But the snap has to be down. That timing is so critical.
Score remains 14-10 IUP. So Ashland takes over on their own 20 at the 6:35 mark in the 3rd quarter. Brought to you and presented by the law firm of Holsinger, Clark & Armstrong, serving Indiana County for over 50 years. Holsinger, Clark & Armstrong, downtown Indiana. Online at hcalaw.com. Here we go. Billy Ball, sidecar left, sidecar right. And the handoff goes to Anthony Vaughn. Up the middle. And this time they stack him up. He's still trying to get some yardage. They'll spot the ball after a 4-yard pickup at the 24. In the middle of that line for IUP right now, linebackers are Myers and Lloyd. Dylan Scott playing at a tackle, and Ernest Shockley. Sideline updates are brought to you by Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds? Ball now on a 2nd down play. Has it on a delay. And getting to the 29-yard line, a yard short of a first down.
Draw play. Brandon Myers, I think he read it well. He just didn't get there quick enough. Too much. He saw it set up. He started to close down. Again, got to get that good wrap on. Got to run those legs. These are all early season mistakes that I'm sure will be corrected.
Luke Orgy was the runner on that play. 3rd and 1 at their own 29. Sidecar right, two receivers right. They're going to reposition. Schweitzer, the tight end, on the right side. Two men in the backfield as ball goes under center. And the handoff, and he did not make it. Got to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He's going to be short of a first down. See where they spot it. Should be at the 29.
Actually, a little bit of a
short.
loss.
It's at the 29.5. Fourth down. Now, of course, they have the man that's in short punt formation, so you never know what they're going to do. But this is taking a big chance here. If they're going to try to draw IUP offside, I'm sure. And they fumbled the ball.
I don't think he got it.
Did he? Now they're going to say, no, maybe he did. No, he didn't fumble. There's no indication. Looks like he made it. It was a very quick snap.
First down.
Yeah, it is a first down. They gave him at the 30.5.
I'd love to have seen that.
Well, here it is up on the screen. Yeah, he juggled the ball. Billy Ball did, and then he fell forward. Yep, there was IUP never had possession, but he juggled it in his hands, and then he pressed
just
forward.
had to get it tucked in. He had it in front of him for a while. Good push up front. I like what they're doing.
I like the fact there's a replay here from time to time. And the handoff, not this time.
And a flag. It's going to
be a face mask.
Yeah.
That's going to be a face mask on IUP. Let's see who did it. I'm going to check the screen here.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense, number
91, that's on Easterling. Well, that gives the Eagles a 15 yards extra, and they take it out to just beyond their own 45. 14-10, third quarter. IUP leads. A lot of mistakes in this game.
And you know, Jack, sometimes nobody likes to see that penalty. Obviously, it can cause injury, but sometimes you just run into it. I don't think that was intentional at all. He just ran into it.
All right, ball is back, and he throws the pass. It's caught for a short gain. There's a push out of bounds, and by Anthony Davis. The Ashland people wanted an extracurricular, but there's no flag on the play.
It was very close.
It was close. It's a 3-yard pickup on a completed pass.
Tell you what, that was a nice ball. Great route, great grab.
Tarnowski, their quarterback last year, All-American, was a fantastic player played 4 years here, 5-year man. And this kid to transfer from Miami, Ohio, is doing a nice job. It's off to Vaughn, and they grab him from behind and bring him down at the IUP 46-yard line where Ernest Shockley got a hand on him. Greg, anything happening down there of note?
No, just watching the same game you are. Wishing we didn't have so many penalties, Jack. IUP throughout the entire first half kind of shot itself in the foot, and that process continues.
Ronnie Mitchell at 3:15 is in at a defensive tackle for Scott. He's not hurt, just a change. And they're going to go with an I formation, and if man to the right, then a bootleg to the right, and Ball's going to run the ball, and he finds some running room, and he has a first down, and he steps out of bounds at the 33-yard line of IUP. So they were in a tight formation, and that was a set play.
There's no doubt about it. It was keep. If the dump pass was there, he was going to dump it, but he didn't need to. They got a nice stalk block. The edge contained on the left side of IUP that sucked completely inside. Not a good defensive play.
Petropola diving to make a tackle, couldn't make it on the play, and Ball picks up a first down at the IUP 33 out of the I formation. They reposition one of the backs, and it's an offset I. Handoff goes, and then stoppage.
It was a motion penalty against Ashland, obviously.
Take them back from the 33 to the 38. We're in the third quarter. IUP leads 14-10 on 2 touchdown passes by Lenny Williams to Ricky Rogers. Haven't had any other update on stats here in this quarter. But we've gone back and forth. We've had a muffed fumble, a muffed punt return, and then a no-good field goal by IUP. So each team has made a mistake. And the play now sets it back with a first down and 15 at the IUP 38. Vaughn and Mikulski in the backfield. Ball under center. He's going to sprint to the left. He throws the pass. Caught, stepping out of bounds at the 32 is Cameron Green.
I think it's just going to be against Ashland also.
It's in the secondary, huh?
Yeah, I think there's a little holding going on there.
It's against Ashland, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. You got it. It's cooled off here. Is it cool down there, Greg?
It's absolutely perfect, Jack. Couldn't ask for a better evening.
We ordered that for you with the
Thank
brand
you.
new season. Good to see you. And of course, Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds? Will bring you all the update from the sideline. Jack Benedict, Abditori, Danielle Pisarczyk working again with us. She's our studio engineer. She's the boss back at the Renda Broadcast Studios. Next Thursday, we have the home opener with Millersville. 6:30 kickoff, 6 o'clock for the pregame. The fans don't like the call.
Well, it was number 3, Jamie Hentz. He grabbed, he held. I think he thought there was going to be a catch and break down the sideline. This is way deep in the secondary, probably 15 yards away from the play. We're going to talk about stupid penalties. Well, nobody owns them all. They're spread around evenly.
Yeah, it is. Both ways here. The ball is back to the far side hash at the Ashland 47. They've got to go all the way to the IUP 23. It's first down. They're going the wrong way. See how the IUP defense can defense it here with ball back to pass. 3 receivers, throws a short pass incomplete. And Lloyd coverage on Vaughn at the 50-yard line. Second down coming up and long.
Right now, what their goal is to probably get a third to half of this back. So, screens are nice here. They got a great draw back. I like the screen. I'm concerned about that.
A lot of changes on defense. Got to get them off the field, boys. Get out of there. Okay, they do. Second down and 30. Ball on the draw. And that didn't go. Good play by the defense. Speared by,
looks like that's Devin Castro.
No, that's not Devin Castro.
You sure?
No, that's 81.
Take that back.
Well, that was Malik Allen, 81, who was in there. Let me see. I know. Third down now. And again, about 29 to go. 28. We're in the third quarter, and we're down to 54 seconds with the Hawks leading at 14-10. Third and long.
Big down, Jack.
Screen side. Great play defensively. The All-American J.R. Stevens cut him down. Nothing.
He diagnosed it. He came up and dissected it. Great play by the All-American.
So it's going to be fourth down, and boy, that penalty, did that ever kill him, huh?
Absolutely. Again, there's enough of that on both sides.
Fourth down, Austin Brenner. Short punt formation. Just let him kick it. Petropolo back at the 20 to receive. He does. And let's see, the nighttime sky, Petropolo goes back, makes a catch all the way back at the 7. He's surrounded. He'll go to the 13. We'll be back. IUP will have possession. They lead 14-10. U92.5, U92.5 Sports Channel.
This is the voice of the Hawks, Jack Benedict, and I'm with baseball coach Anthony Rubinski. We want fans getting their IUP gear at the Co-op store, right, Coach?
That's right, Jack. The Co-op store is a home run every time. Crimson Hawk apparel like t-shirts, golf shirts, hoodies, and much more. Unique gifts for your office or home. Shipping is also available. See it all at IUPstore.com. That's IUPstore.com.
The Co-op store, 319 Pratt Drive in Indiana. The Co-op store, a plus for the student and a plus for you Crimson Hawks fans.
If your weekend has started with a strain or a sprain, a sports injury, concussion, even a fracture, an ankle injury in Friday's game, an elbow injury from that wobbly ladder, if you've been hurt, visit the IRMC Physician Group Saturday morning injury clinic from 8 a.m. to noon at the Human Motion Institute, Suite 100 on the Indiana Regional Medical Center campus. Walk-ins welcome or call 724-427-2260. 60 that morning to let them know you're coming. On-site x-rays available. The Saturday Morning Injury Clinic is open every Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon, Suite 100 at the Human Motion Institute.
Committed to the best local seasoned ingredients, Italian doesn't get any better than Nap's Cucina Mia, the best homemade pasta and contemporary Italian dishes, never frozen, fresh seafood. Dinner starts at 4:30 Tuesday through Saturday. Nap's Cucina Mia, 1035 Philadelphia Street, downtown Indiana.
Today's best music. U92.5.
Well, we're back at Miller Stadium and Mark Tonelli Field. And the fourth quarter of today's game is built by Innovations of Home. Innovations of Home is a whole lot more than a building and hardware center. Visit them online at inhome.com. IUP ball as we start. Play fake. Williams is back to pass. He looks long. Nobody open. He tucks it in. He's going to run the football. He has running room at the 15 to 20 and steps out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 13. Nobody open, so he tucked it in and he ran. And right now, Lenny, with about 10 yards, has 65 yards rushing in this game.
What a weapon. Hard to stop. He's going to throw. Is he going to run? Is he going to give? Hard to stop. What a weapon. Exciting.
So now, with the ball at their own 23-yard line, moving from right to left out of the I formation, Evans gets the ball. They hit him, and he's down after a yard. Only a pickup of 1 yard in on the play was a linebacker, number 55, Clay Shreve.
You know, Jack, one thing we talked about at the break, Mike Petropola fielding that punt. That punt could have died, could have rolled inside the 5 and been downed. Him catching it over the shoulder like that is huge. What a valuable asset.
Total yardage in the game, IUP 255 and Ashland 218 coming into this quarter. Now with 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and now they switch the sidecar to the right. Lenny throws a quick pass out here to Rogers, turns and spins and got himself an extra 2-3 yards, about 3 yards to the 32-yard line. Ricky Rogers in the game.
A lot of skill there, Jack. He set himself up with a little square in, blocked the secondary, made a nice catch, made a nice move, a little bit of power, gets him a few extra yards.
4 catches in the game now for Rogers, 2 for touchdowns. This time, short yardage, but he only needed a couple of yards, and it's a first down for IUP to the 35-yard line. And they will try to eat up some clock here and also get on the board. Kicking game has been an adventure here tonight with the field goal attempts.
And again, a lot of it centers around the snaps, and in particular 2 of them. They can't be over the head.
Ball at their own 35-yard line. Sidecar to the right. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Williams fakes, backs, look, he has a little time. Now he is going to have to run out of the pocket. He moves to the right, he throws on the move, and the catch, no, couldn't get it, incomplete. Down at the 47-yard line. And Rogers was the intended receiver. Their coverage has been pretty good tonight.
You know, again, it was a situation there where it didn't open up right away. Lenny breaks out. They have to come back to him. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody saw him break out the comeback. Fortunate to get it away.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Their own 35. IUP leading 14-10 in this fourth quarter. Built by Innovations of Home. Let's watch Williams gets a snap. Lenny takes the snap. Looks right, they're rushing. He eludes a man. He comes up, has a man open. It's caught. First down. Leaping over a man at the 50-yard line and all the way to the 47-yard line, and a first down for the Crimson Hawks. Dom McNeil.
I'll tell you what, Jack, he went vertical about 4 feet there.
Yes, he did. I'm watching it on the replay, and he went over a big man, and he took a pretty big hit. He was only declared eligible, and it wasn't an academic thing. It was a technicality type thing, and we weren't sure if he was going to be able to be eligible to play, but he is. He was the second leading receiver last year, and it's a new set of downs. At the 48-yard line of Ashland, Lenny fakes. Lenny looks. He throws. It's caught by Ricky Rogers. And down he goes at the 35-yard line of Ashland. And the combination of Williams and Rogers are making it go.
Nice pump fake to JoJo Gauze. throws everyone once again. He hits the quick slant to Rogers, who caught that ball knowing full well he was going to get hit. There was no chance there for him to hear footsteps. Great play.
Ball is at the 34-yard line of Ashland. Williams has two receivers to the right in the pistol formation. H-back on the right side. Deep man gets the ball. It's Chris Temple, and there's a flag on the play with about a yard pickup.
It's called a hold on IUP.
See that McAllister, that's good news, is back in at a guard spot.
I'm anxious to see who this was on because this flag came from a long way away. I think it came from the Ashland bench, to tell you the truth.
Flag is resting at the 36. And they're still talking it over. They do have long conversations, but as long as they get it right, that's okay. And the referee can hear from sideline here some of the IUP people, and here's the referee, Ricky Shifter. That's on Grant Smith, number 84. I tell you what, they put you right out in the open here. They call your number out.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. These are grown men
at
this level. I mean, here again, it's unfortunate that he was as far away from the play as you could possibly be. There was no reason for that. And generally, Jack, and I'll finish this one after this play.
All right, and it's long. They got to go to the 24. And the ball's at the 44, back looking, and he's going to have to duck down, and Lenny's going to go down and lose a couple of yards. Didn't have a chance, and Prater got him again. Prater's having a great game on defense.
Generally, when there's a holding call called inside or on a tight end, it's because their feet stop. When the feet stop, that exposes the hands inside because everybody's holding. But if they stop and they stretch out right or left, you're going to get a holding call every time.
And when you're a true freshman, you got a lot to learn.
You're going to do that.
Trips to the right, receiver to the left. Second down. They've got to go all the way to the 24, and the ball's at the 47. You figure it out. Here's Lenny back. Takes time. Looks, dumps it over the middle. It's caught at the 32. Breaking the tackle down the sideline at the 25. McNeil makes and turns and spins, and he fights his way to about the 13-yard line. First down, IUP inside the red zone.
Well, that's an outstanding catch, outstanding route, and utilizing his blocking, stepping out. It was a critical missed tackle at about the 30-yard line. He stepped out of it, takes it down the sideline. Beautiful hookup inside the red zone, Jack.
Inside the red zone it is, brought to you by Alexander Strength Development. Train with people passionate about helping you become the best at your sport while making it a lot of fun. A lot of fun when you move the football. The ball's at the 13, first down and 10 for IUP, leading 14-10. They're looking to Rogers again. He makes the catch in the end zone, and it is a touchdown, his third catch of the day. It's been the combination of Lenny Williams to Ricky Rogers, and IUP adds 6 points, and welcome to the PSAC.
Jack, I can't attest to it, but I've seen more back shoulder throws for success in this game than I think I saw all last year. Very, very difficult to defend. Outstanding route, and maybe it's just Rogers. I don't know.
Well, that's got to be part of it, I'd say, huh?
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times it is. Williams' third touchdown pass, Rogers' third touchdown catch, and Sarka now to add the extra point. And it is good. 21-10 IUP in the lead over Ashland. We're back at the kickoff on U92.5 and U92Radio.com.
Your home is you. It says who you are. For that difference you want, you don't have to look far.
Shop now for big savings. Visit Dowds of Plumville and Dowds of Greensburg.
Come and discover the Dowds difference. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
Iron City Beer was there when a nation divided built a city forged of iron and coal, when Prohibition tried to break up the party, and when the smoke cleared and the city of bridges emerged. From day-long shifts at the steel mill to the end of your 9 to 5, we've been there. Iron City Beer.
Pittsburgh Brewing salutes all the hard-working folks from local companies like these. Rosebud Mining and IUP. The hard-working brewers of Iron City and IC Light raise their glasses to you.
Jamming with today's best music. U92.5.
Yeah.
Great line.
We're back with you now live from the S&T Bank broadcast booth. And the drive was 77 yards. The pass to McNeil, 34 yards, helped it out. And the 13-yard touchdown pass from Lenny Williams to Ricky Rogers, his third touchdown catch. And Sean Bowling will be kicking now, and he does kick it away. And the ball will be hauled in at the 6-yard line to the center of the field at the 15, the 20, the 25, and then bottled up at the 25-yard line where Mike Petropola makes the tackle on the play, and returning was William McDaniel. All right, then the ball is at the 26-yard line of Ashland, and that's where they will take it over. We are in the fourth quarter, 9 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the game, and IUP is up now 21-10.
Changes a lot, Jack, for Ashland. They're 2 possessions now. They can't afford to run out the clock.
Pitch goes to Vaughn, and this time they stack them up after about a 2-yard at most. Vaughn has, Andrew Vaughn, that's his 20th carry, is 129 yards. IUP has 352 yards, and Ashland's in with 218. Lenny Williams is 19 of 27, 214 yards. Rogers, 6 catches. McNeil, 5. Goss, 4. And for Billy Ball, 7 for 12 for 45 yards. That's all. But they're down now, 21-10. IUP on defense, faking, back, pressure, throwing, catch is made, stepping out of bounds at the 41-yard line of Ashland and hauled in at that point. And hauling it in was Max Barber. No, that's not Barber. That's Stanley Jackson Jr. They have duplicate numbers in some cases, and that was one of the cases right there. All right, so now the ball at their own 41-yard line, so it'd be nice if this IUP defense can get a takeaway. Sidecar left, sidecar right. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. On the ground it goes, on the run. And to the 46-yard line, correction, they're going to make it to 45, a 4-yard pickup.
Tell you what, he's a nice running back. He runs low, he runs very, very hard, but they're also using a lot of clock time that they don't have right now. They have 2 possessions to take control of this game, at least 2 possessions.
He reminds me, and I can't remember the running back from a couple of years, from East Stroudsburg. Very, very good back, who just, when the final analysis, he's not spectacular on the field. The final analysis is he's got all kind of yardage and durable. 2nd down and 6, faking, ball back, the rush, the toss, good, and a great hit by IUP. And the hit, the flag, you said?
No, 1-yard gain.
Yeah.
Great presence on the field, getting downhill. I think it forced that pass a little sooner than he wanted to, but the open field tackling was outstanding.
Well, Tillman had the rush, and the tackle was made at the 47-yard line, and that was Vaughn Coleman Jr., who's made a couple of nice plays here for the Crimson Hawks in his first and only season. 3rd down and 4 now. And ball runs to the right. Backside pressure. Here they come. And he goes. And the big man got him, number 99, Don Ray Tillman. He's going to be an All-American this year, folks.
Well, Easterling had a little share in that, too. He flushed him first, right to Tillman, who was looking hungry, and he ate him up. What a great defensive tandem that was, forcing the punch.
99-91, Easterling. I do see that on there with the sack. And IUP feels that these 2 ends are as good as anybody in the country. They'll put pressure on you. Now it's 4th down, and they've got a strong 8 yards to go for the 1st down. Of course, they're in that short punt formation. And they're going to run the football, and they're going to get a first down. And going to get more, and stepping out of bounds at the IUP 33. You could almost count that something was going to happen like that, and Brennan turned the corner, and there was nobody there.
Well, exactly. The edge on this side took an inside release, took himself out of the play. We'll just leave him anonymous for now, but that was an unfortunate situation. Their back is against the wall. They're not going to punt the football. They had to get that first down. Success it was, but still the clock runs. There's 6:20.
Could you hear the bench over here screaming, fake, fake, before the ball was snapped?
Yeah, we weren't screaming it. We were thinking it.
They were screaming it.
Offset backfield, ball, hands the ball off. Oh, what a kiss, and down he goes. Vaughn did not make it that time. It was Nick Amendola coming up to make this tackle. He had over 100 tackles last year, and he's just starting to get in the swing of things. He hadn't practiced for the first 2 weeks of camp because of hamstring problem.
Well, I tell you what, he read the gap play that time very, very well. The front did a nice job. They kept those big hogs off of him. He closed down the gap, made a great play.
We're down to 5:38 in the game. IUP leads 21-10. Ball is back. Here's the pressure, and they've got him again, and down he goes at the 35-yard line. Ronnie Mitchell, 98, and Shockley, the tackle, both putting pressure on the quarterback, Billy Ball. And down
with a little bit of help from Tillman, flushed him back up right into the waiting grass.
And I'm watching it right now. The ends coming from each side, and they just converge. Timeout called. We'll be back in a minute. 21-10 IUP, U92.5, U92Radio.com.
Alexander Strength Development, where not just athletes go to train. At Alexander Strength Development, clients receive hands-on instruction from this area's most educated and experienced coaches. Not all gyms and facilities are the same. Let Franco Alexander and his coaches use their proven scientific methods to help you achieve your goals. Alexander Strength Development has worked with several IUP teams. Let them work for you. Alexander Strength Development, 1849 South 6th Street, Indiana, right next to UPS.
Saves you more. We're your one-stop shop, friendly auto store. Quality selection and friendly advice. You're gonna love the no-haggle price. Drive a little, save a lot at Bud's Auto Sales. Drive a little, save a lot at Bud's Auto Sales.
We're online at U92Radio.com.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
All right, and we are back with you at the S&T Bank broadcast booth. Jack Benedict, Abditori, Greg Drahostek on the sideline. And it's 21-10 in favor of IUP. We're in the fourth quarter with 5:11 to go. Two nationally ranked teams. Ashland just ran out of punt formation a few downs ago to get a first down. Now they have the ball at the IUP 35 with a third down and 12. The IUP defense has really picked it up here in the second half. Ball is back. He's back. He throws it over the middle. It's up for grabs. It's knocked away, incomplete. And what a play down there by Shaq Jones. There were two men, but Jones came across and he put a hit on the receiver who was in between defenders, incomplete. I'm watching the play right now on a replay. And there's double coverage. That was Vaughn Coleman Jr., and Jones came over and knocked it away.
Absolutely, because that was a catch. That was a catch. That thing was stolen by IUP. Great defensive play, great secondary play.
Fourth down, sidecar left, three receivers right. Fourth down and 12. Now Ball takes the snap. He steps up. He tries to run out of trouble. He goes to the left. He reverses. He's giving ground. Somebody's got to get him. They get him out of bounds. He throws the pass. It's going to be caught by Vaughn. And Vaughn fights his way for what is a first down, and that never should have happened.
No, it never should have, Jack, but it happens in first games all the time. You know, especially when you have a situation where the quarterback is broken, contained, stepped away from a couple of tackles. Everybody kind of loses perspective of who's in the secondary, and everybody's out of alignment. That's what happens. So if they do score, I'm sure IUP is going to be looking onside kick the whole way because they need 2 touchdowns to win this game.
And I watched that on replay, and a ball at 6'4" and about 225 or so showed great mobility, eluding many, many tacklers, would-be tacklers. And the ball now is at the IUP 21. We still have 4.5 to go. And back to pass. Ball gives on a draw up the middle. It's Oji. Oji is going right up the middle into the end zone for the touchdown. On the draw play, 21.
Well, I look for them right now. It's 21 to 16. 18 puts them within field goal to tie. So I look for them to go for 2 here.
4:25 remaining in the regulation.
Even if they go for 2 and make it, they still have the onside kick potential.
Well, absolutely. And they're going to go for the 1, but I'll be watching the fake here. Definitely onside kick coming.
Well, let's see if he makes the point. And he does. 21-17. We're back in a moment. IUP will get the ball. They cling to the lead. You're listening to IUP football on U92.5 and the U92.5 Sports Channel.
Coach Tort, how do you keep your team so fired up?
It's our fans wearing their Crimson Hawks gear from the Co-op store. That fired up the team. Co-op support of IUP athletics and the entire community are at a championship level. They have everything to outfit our fans in IUP gear to cheer on our Crimson Hawks. The Co-op store is open to all IUP fans and carries anything a student needs, whether they're a kindergarten or a PhD student. So, Jack, just like our guys score touchdowns, go to the Co-op store and score yourself a touchdown when you get your IUP gear.
All right, Coach, thank you. Before you head to Miller Stadium, get all your Crimson Hawks gear at the Co-op store.
The robotic surgery at the Indiana Regional Medical Center is some of the most advanced microsurgery in the world, and you can learn all about it at the Indiana County Fair. All week long, visit the IRMC display at the fair and see this high-end robotic technology in action. You can even touch it and give it a try, and talk to members of the robotic surgery team at IRMC. And remember to sign up to receive IRMC's eHealth newsletter and register to win a $250 Visa debit card from IRMC. See you at the fair.
On the air and online. U92radio.com.
They're offside.
And the kick is down to the 7-yard line, where it's all, and bang, down he goes at the 15-yard line. So IUP will have the ball on their own 15 after the kickoff. And they got a long way to go here.
There's a lot of time. I think they figure they can get the ball back. IUP has to kill clock, gain yards, obviously, to do that. But they're also offside when they kick that ball off. And, you know, I've heard it said again and again, Jack, there's a lot of offsides on kickoffs that don't get called. There's one definitely right there. There's 3 of them offside.
Well, IUP is known for rushing the football with 3 1,000-yard rushers, but they only have 138 yards and 33 carries in this game. The ball is at their own 15-yard line. Lenny Williams hands it off. And Evans will get to the 19 for 4. So far in the game, Williams is the leading rusher. Lenny has 63, Evans 51, Bullock only 18. He only has 6 carries. He must not be 100%, Greg, Bullock.
No, you can tell. You're right, Jack. There is something unusual about his stride.
Well, what I'm looking for here is IUP not to take a snap until the clock runs down to under 5 seconds each snap.
And it's at 14 and counting, 3:48 to go. In the regulation, IUP leads 21-17. Sidecar left, receiver right for the Crimson Hawks. Lenny hands it off, and they don't get anything. Being conservative. 3rd down now. No gain.
It might have been a loss. They burn a timeout.
Yeah, it is.
Clock stop. Somebody burn a timeout.
All right, we'll be back. 3:32 in the game. And IUP's up 21-17, timeout on U92.5 and the U92.5 Sports Channel.
At Diamond Drug Store, we believe that the patient-physician-pharmacy team cannot be overemphasized. Patients should ask to speak to the pharmacist. They should know what medications are being given and what the intended purpose of the medication is. They should also know what potential adverse effects there may be and certain things to look for. The Diamond Drug pharmacists want to keep their patients informed. Diamond Drug Stores, 841 Hospital Road and 670 Philadelphia Street, Indiana. At Diamond Drug Stores, we care about care.
C.H. Field's Craft Kitchen in the Hilton Garden Inn is this area's best-kept secret. Stop in for breakfast, lunch, dinner, happy hour, or for their post-game specials. Make your reservations for C.H. Field's Craft Kitchen in the Hilton Garden Inn at chfields.com.
Today's best music. U92.5.
All right, we're ready to go now. This crowd is really into it on a 3rd down and 8 for IUP. They lead by 4, but they need a first down. Back to pass, looking long. Lenny, nobody open, runs to the right, throws the pass. Drop. Is it caught? No, it's dropped. There was coverage on the play at the 29-yard line. JoJo Goss was the intended receiver, and the defender, Isaiah Roberts, put the hit on him, and IUP must give up the football. Still a lot of time left, 3:25. 4th quarter being brought to you and built by Innovations of Home. A whole lot more than building and hardware center. Visit them online, inhomepa.com.
Ball was a low ball. You know, tough to catch, certainly was, but it was a first down if he makes that catch.
Standing on his 5, Nico Ruiz with a kick. Nice punt. It's a good one. Backpedaling all the way back. It is McDaniel. McDaniel is going to run it back about 5 yards, and it'll be on their own 34-yard line. Outstanding kick by Nick Ruiz. Now it's up to the IUP defense with 3:12 remaining.
Hey, that punt had to be over 45 yards, Jack.
Let's go, Dave!
And let's see. Where are they going to spot it here? 35-yard line? Yeah. Yeah, that was
a great punt.
23, 27. Yeah, that was at least 45 yards by Nico. Now it's up to the defense. They had Billy Ball on the run. They had picked it up, but they got the draw, the run out of punt formation, and some big plays. And it's 21-17 IUP. OG gets the ball. No, he didn't. It's a fake. They should have given it to OG. He had running room, but Ball carried the ball and picks up 2. 2nd down and 8. Receiver to the right. Receiver
Ashland.
to
one timeout.
Receiver to the left. Sidecar right. 3-down line, but ball fakes to OG. Back throws the pass. It is caught. Stevens makes the tackle on him right away at the 42, bringing up a 3rd and 3 on the slant pattern to Boland. Third down and 3 to go. You can hear the sideline over there at the IUP side with 2:28 remaining.
Still concerned about that draw play. I still think it's a huge weapon, especially if they force outside edge.
3rd down now coming up, 3 to go. Ball waiting the snap from center. He is back and he looks and he throws, and Boland has it. It's a first down, short gain to the 47-yard line where Stevens makes the tackle. They need a touchdown, of course. It's 21-17, and they still have 2 minutes to go in the game now. Can somebody on the defense come up with a big play?
You got to be concerned about the double move here, Jack, also. The out, up, the in, back to the flag.
Ball back. Looks, throws over the middle. It's caught. Stevens trying to ride down the Boland, and Boland carried him all the way to the 32-yard line. Carried Stevens, Boland did, to the 32-yard line. And they've got time with 1:41. This is almost like last year. These two teams, boy, do they play some kind of football. Ball gives to OG. OG into the pile, is stopped at the 30.
1:24.
1 timeout remaining. Ball is at the 30-yard line. Need a big pick here, or a big sack.
Cannot allow a double move.
IUP by 4. Sidecar to the right, receivers to the right. Back to pass, looks, and it's caught short gain, and Stevens makes the tackle at the 25.5-yard line of IUP.
Timeout, last timeout.
And 57 seconds. Stay with us. We'll be back what's going to happen. IUP up by 4 on U92.5, U92.5 Sports Channel.
Okay, Borky, it's time to hand out the S&T Star of the Game.
Well, Mikey, my first star goes to all the digital ninjas at S&T Bank.
Is that their official title?
If they can get my smartphone to send money to a friend, check my balance, deposit a check, and pay my bills online, then they are digital ninjas to me.
Borky, do you have your phone here now?
Yeah, it's right here. Of course I have my phone.
So, you can send me the $5 you owe me.
Well, we're all out of time, folks. That's S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Berger Office Systems, proudly serving IUP for more than 3 decades and Indiana since 1987. Your home for Xerox copiers and printers. Stop buying supplies when you can pay pennies per print. Berger Office Systems, Warren Road, Indiana.
Turn it up. It's today's best music. U92.5.
Jack Benedict, Abditory back here at the S&T Bank broadcast booth. 21-17 IUP. No more timeouts for Ashland. They have the ball at the IUP 25. Back to pass. Easterling is in on the quarterback, and he sacks him back at the 32-yard line. DeAndre Easterling picks up a sack.
Get back on the line of scrimmage, guys. Let's go.
Don't celebrate. You know, get up. This game isn't over yet. This game has 40 seconds and counting to go. So IUP making changes. Got to hustle Shockley off the field, and he's going to make it in time. Now coming down 21-17 IUP with the lead, half a minute to go in the game. The ball's back at the IUP 32-yard line. Ball is back to pass, and he looks, and he looks, and he looks, and he dumps it over the middle, and it's caught. But tackled at the 29, and the tackle made by Stevens. And was that
change of possession?
That's it.
Was that it? Was that fourth down?
That was it, gentlemen.
That's it. Oh, my goodness. I lost track of that. I thought it was still third down. And that's it. They're out of timeouts. 18 seconds remaining.
I don't understand the throw at all. Vail had the sack. They needed 9 yards for the first down, and they run a 5 or 6 yard square in. I don't understand that at all. I think everybody lost track of it that's wearing a purple jersey out there. They'll be shaking their heads over that one for a while.
And the ball is at the 26, an IUP ball.
I say victory formation.
Victory formation it is with 21-17, and I honestly thought that was third down for some reason.
So did everybody in the ballpark, Jack. Don't feel bad.
Okay.
Everybody but me.
Oh.
Jack, do you remember as we were riding down here today what you predicted the final score to be?
I was going to mention that exactly. What was it, Greg?
I don't know. Somebody got really lucky and said 21-17.
21-17. I told about how many people earlier today said what was going to be the final score. I said IUP's going to win it 21-17.
Well,
now, please, there's still 18 seconds left because we can all think of Herman Edwards. So forget it. You know, got to get in victory formation here and cover the ball.
Yeah.
And Lenny Williams takes the snap and takes the knee. And what a game between number 4 and number 15. And number 4 is IUP, and they prevail and win the game 21-17 over the Ashland University Eagles. Man, O'Day, it was another one of those games. This series should be played each and every year.
It was a great game. I mean, it had its flaws. There's no doubt about it. But they're going to play a lot of football games yet, these two teams. Great hitting, great running. Great blocking. I really like what the offensive line, in particular Ashland, did an outstanding job.
We're going to get the interview here with Coach Tortorella shortly. I don't know whether to hold on here or not. What do you think, Greg? Should I hang on for a while?
I can't even see him.
Okay. All right, we're going to be right back with you with IUP winning a 21-17. Back with the coach after that. No, hold it. I think you're going to get him here. I'll keep it here in the S&T Bank broadcast booth.
We're good, Jack.
Okay, we're down to you, and here we go with the coach's interview brought to you by the Co-op Story, plus for the student, a plus for you. You got it, Greg.
Coach, was our ending to this game?
Yeah, I mean, we gave the game away a couple times at the end. You know, the fake punt, we knew that was coming. We blew an assignment. We had the quarterback tackled 3 times on the 1-4 down. You know, and I got to give Ashland a lot of credit, especially their quarterback. Played hard. He could have quit. I mean, he made us miss 3 times on that last 4th down. Then their defense played played tough and stopped us. You know, we blew 9 points with our kicking game. So I'll be real honest with you. We didn't play. We played just good enough to win, but we didn't play very well.
Ricky Rogers, your thoughts?
Well, that's why he's here.
He had a tremendous game.
Well, when you got a guy that's at a Power 5 conference school that's 6'3", and that athletic, and he's from my hometown too, by the way.
Well, that's the reason, all right?
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, that's why he's here.
Well, obviously, he did his role quite nicely. What's your takeaway from tonight? I know you just said it wasn't the best played game. What do you need to work on as you work the next week?
We have a lot to work on. You know, I really unhappy with. I thought we played good in the kicking game, except for our field goal team. We got to get the quarterback down. I mean, we had him 3-4 times sacked, and we didn't get him down. But you know, the thing that I liked, that there was at the end there was no panic when they cut it to 4, and the momentum had shifted, and you know, we gave up the fake punt, and we had the quarterback sacked, and we were one play away from putting the game away, and we didn't. But there was no panic on our sideline.
One player I have to ask you about, because he was a critical factor in the game, Nico Ruiz.
Well, you know, last year he just kind of cut his teeth. You know, he had never been a rugby punter, and last year he just kept getting better and better and better, and by the end of the year he was really good. So we expected, you know, at this time last year, coming into this game, we didn't even have a punter that punted before. We had a snapper that hadn't snapped before, and we had a field goal kicker that hadn't kicked before. So we're expecting more from him this year.
Well, he did a wonderful job. Coach, congratulations. We get hopefully next week for number 2.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Jack, back to you.
All right, Greg, thank you. The sideline updates brought to you by Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds? And the coach's interview brought to you by the Co-op Store, A+ for the students, A+ for you. Also, I do want to mention, with 21 points and $7 per point to our Teddy Bear Fund Drive, 147 points being donated by Luther Ford to the Renda Broadcasting 39th Annual Teddy Bear Fund Drive, benefiting the Pediatrics Department at Indiana Regional Medical Center and Children's Hospital. Stay with us. We'll have a recap of tonight's game for you. IUP holds on and wins it 21-17 over Ashland University on U92.5 and the U92.5 Sports Channel.
The Meadows Original Frozen Custard, serving Indiana since 1989, wishes the Crimson Hawks good luck this season. Stop in for the flavor of the day. Great frozen custard plus low-fat and fat-free yogurt. That's the Meadows, Oakland Avenue in Indiana.
This is Indiana County District Attorney Patrick Doherty, IUP class of 1997. I want to wish the Crimson Hawks the best of luck this season. I congratulate all of our student athletes and thank them for their dedication. And thanks to their families for supporting them. Like in life, success comes from being involved and being committed. And congratulations to the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, on his 50th year behind the mic. Here's to another great season, Jack. Let's win it all. Paid for by Patrick Doherty for DA.
This is the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict. I'm with Coach Tom McConnell, head of the IUP women's basketball team. Coach, we want fans getting their IUP gear at the Co-op Store, right?
That's right, Jack. At the Co-op Store, it's a full-court press of Crimson Hawks apparel like T-shirts, golf shirts, hoodies, and much more. Unique gifts for your office or home. Shipping is also available. See it all at IUPstore.com. That's IUPstore.com.
The Co-op Store, 319 Pratt Drive in Indiana. The Co-op Store, A+ for the student and A+ for you Crimson Hawks fans.
Luther Ford is celebrating Labor Day weekend with a huge sale, and they'll be open Labor Day Monday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Whether you're in the market for a car, truck, or SUV, new or used, Luther Ford has you covered with huge savings and fabulous incentives on America's top-selling brand with 0% financing on most new models.
You got to make it to Luther Ford this weekend for the huge Labor Day sale. Remember, Luther Ford's open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Labor Day Monday. They invite you to stop by for some complimentary burgers and dogs.
Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, or shop 24/7 at lutherford.com.
This is Attorney Bob Marcus.
And I'm Attorney Jonathan Mack.
The law firm of Marcus & Mack is proud to support IUP football.
We wish Coach Tort and the Crimson Hawks a great season.
Marcus & Mack is a regional law firm representing injured victims in western and central Pennsylvania.
For nearly 4 decades, we've helped clients obtain financial compensation for their losses.
So on behalf of the law firm of Marcus & Mack,
go Crimson Hawks.
Do you have a child looking to stay active this fall? The Indiana County YMCA has the perfect solution with its Youth Soccer League. Youth Soccer is a fantastic way for kids ages 4 through 9 to stay active and have fun. For more information, log on to icymca.org.
If your weekend has started with a strain or a sprain, a sports injury, concussion, even a fracture, an ankle injury in Friday's game, an elbow injury from that wobbly ladder, if you've been hurt, visit the IRMC Physician Group Saturday morning injury clinic from 8 a.m. to noon at the Human Motion Institute, Suite 100 on the Indiana Regional Medical Center campus. Walk-ins welcome or call 724-427-2260 that morning to let them know you're coming. On-site x-rays available. The Saturday morning injury clinic is open every Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon, Suite 100 at the Human Motion Institute.
Your home for IUP Sports. U92.5.
Back at the S&T Bank broadcast booth on the post-game show. At S&T, building the perfect bank account is easy with cash rewards, totally free worldwide ATMs, and more. And for a limited time, you can get a cash bonus when you open a preferred banking account. Visit stbank.com for all the details. Member FDIC. IUP wins 21-17. It was a very difficult game, and we expected it to be that. In the first half of play, after IUP punted the first time, Ashland had the ball. They had a bad punt. IUP got the ball at the Ashland 32, and they stalled, tried a field goal, never got it going because of a bad snap. After Tillman had a sack on Ashland's quarterback, they had to give up the ball, and IUP then got an 80-yard drive with a key pass play to Zach Kelly from Lenny Williams, 6-yard pass play to Ricky Rogers, and the extra point by Sarka, 7-0 at the 2:06 mark. In the second quarter, Ashland started at their 25, helped by an IUP personal foul. They moved the ball to the 40. And then Denton kicks a field goal to make it 7-3 at the 11:47 mark. That was a 60-yard drive. Next time around, IUP comes down. They want to kick a field goal. Blocked. That didn't happen, so Ashland gets the ball to 25. They drive 75 yards with the touchdown by Vaughn, 4:20 mark. 10-7, Ashland takes the lead. And IUP, before the half is over, comes back and gets a 75-yard drive and another pass from Lenny Williams to Ricky Rogers. Sarka the extra point. They go to the locker room. IUP leads 14-10. In the third quarter, Ashland gets the ball first. They punt. IUP gets the ball back as they punted the ball and a muff on the punt by Ashland. IUP puts the ball at the Ashland 16, but they stalled, tried a field goal. That was no good. Ashland punts the ball away. We go to the fourth quarter, and they had to kick it away. IUP then has a 77-yard drive, highlighted by a 34-yard pass play to the 13-yard line from Lenny Williams to Dom McNeil. Rogers then catches another touchdown, his third of the game, 13 yards, Sarka extra point, 10:05 to go, and the Hawks are up 21-10. So Ashland comes back at their 26 at 9:46 mark. Brennan, out of punt formation, after IUP had completed a sack, runs for a first down to the IUP 32-yard line, and on a draw play, OG goes for the touchdown. That touchdown by Luke OG was 21 yards. Denton adds the extra point, 4:25 to go. It's 21-17. So IUP starts at the 15 with 4:22 to go. They stall. They punt. Ashland gets the ball with 3:12. Ran out of timeouts. Ran out of time. We weren't even sure the last play was, even if the ball was completed, it was not going to be a first down. And IUP's defense holds and wins the game. Wow, we'll be back with stats and also the Bill Thompson State Farm Insurance Player of the Game, with the Hawks winning at 21-17 on U92.5, U92Radio.com.
Another hometown favorite, 9th Street Deli, home of the 2-foot subs, including the famous Philly cheesesteaks. Indiana's best subs and sandwiches are at 9th Street Deli, 9th and Philly in downtown Indiana. See the entire menu and order online at 9thstreetdeli.com. That's the number 9, as in 9thstreetdeli.com.
The Rischini Group is proud to be a supporter of IUP athletics and wishes good luck to the football team this season. Your hard work and determination is sure to pay off. Good luck, Crimson Hawks, from your friends at the Rischini Group.
Here are some reasons to see Dowd's when you buy furniture. 1. Dowd's has name brands you won't find anywhere else. 2. Dowd's has unsurpassed quality you can't get anyplace else. 3. Dowd's has something in everyone's price range. There's no better value than Dowd's. Dowd's of Plumville and Dowd's of Greensburg. And you don't have to go to Dowd's. An experienced Dowd's decorator will come to your home or business so you can browse through Dowd's many catalogs in comfort. Dowd's. Quality, value, price, service. You and your home deserve Dowd's.
Iron City Beer was there when a nation divided built a city forged of iron and coal, when Prohibition tried to break up the party, and when the smoke cleared and the city of bridges emerged. From day-long shifts at the steel mill to the end of your 9 to 5, we've been there. Iron City Beer.
Pittsburgh Brewing salutes all the hard-working folks from local companies like these, state and local police, and our volunteer firefighters. The hard-working brewers of Iron City and IC Light raise their glasses to you.
Great game, Coach Lombardi. How do you keep this team fired up all the time?
Well, Jack, our secret weapon is all these fans wearing the Crimson Hawk gear from the co-op store. The tradition of teamwork at the co-op store and their support of the entire community is championship level. And when they outfit our fans and everything, cheer on the Crimson Hawks, that really fires this team up. For all your IUP Crimson Hawk apparel, as well as books and office supplies, make a fast break to the co-op store.
The Hilton Garden Inn is the preferred hotel of IUP Athletics. Located next to Miller Stadium and the KCAC, the Hilton Garden Inn is Indiana's newest and best hotel. Make your reservations today at HiltonGardenInn.com.
Looking for a unique dining experience? Try Josephine's fabulous pizza from their imported wood-fired oven, along with fantastic sandwiches and appetizers. A wide selection of wines from around the world, too. Great lunch spot. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11:30 a.m. till close. Josephine's Pizzeria, 1037 Philadelphia Street, downtown Indiana.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm agent Bill Thompson and his team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Bill Thompson at 724-463-5333 today.
On the air and online. U92.5.
Jack Benedict, Abditori, Greg Drahashek at the S&T Bank broadcast booth on the post-game show where IUP has won it 21-17. I'll give you some stats, boys, and then we have some comments, all right? Total yardage, 353 to 331. You have the same stat I do? You do. I do. Okay, good. We're right. I wasn't sure if I had the right sheet, but that is correct. IUP rushed for only 139 yards and 36 carries. They had 216 yards on 39 carries, but IUP passed for 214, Ashland for 115. Time of possession was about even, 29 and 30 minutes. Third down, 5 for 12 for IUP, 5 for 4 for Ashland. And we also had third down conversions there, and then we had the red zone scores. And that was 3 for 4 for IUP and 2 for 2 for the Ashland team. Individually, Lenny Williams was the leading rusher with 63 yards. Evans had 54. Lenny threw for 214, 19 for 28, 3 touchdowns. He was sacked once. Andrew Vaughn had 133 yards and a touchdown. Ball was 15 for 21. He came back strong after he hadn't thrown much. And, of course, a lot were short passes, 115 yards, but sacked 5 times in the game, including 2.5 by the all-conference Dondre Easterling. Ruiz, 45 yards on punts and 3 kicks. And defensively, Stevens, J.R. had 8 tackles, Petropola, Easterling, Lloyd, each with 6. Okay, Coach DeTore, your thoughts?
I think, first of all, one of the biggest stats in the game were those punts. They took IUP out of the fire all 3 times, and that is critical when you can get the ball downfield that far. Don't underestimate the value of the play J.R. Stevens made in the end zone. That is huge right now at the end of this game. He stopped a touchdown pass. You know, the stats themselves are a little bit misleading when you look at how many yards Lenny threw for as opposed to how many they rushed for. That's still a big number. I think IUP certainly has a lot of work to do inside. Their linebacking core is a little bit depleted tonight. I think they'll clean those things up. They're only going to get better. It's a typical first game, Jack. There's no doubt about that. And no matter how it was played, 21 points to 17 says W, going home. Got to like it.
Yeah, got to like it. Greg, your thoughts?
Well, you're talking about J.R. Stevens stopping a touchdown. How about Coleman? Same story. Late in the game, that was critical. But this is, to me, is one of the more bizarre games I've seen in a long number of years. Lots of momentum shifts. The kicking game, certainly, as Ab appropriately described a moment ago, was crucial. Rogers is just so impressive. I said this to you on the air, I believe, Jack. The touchdown catch was great. The pass before, that's the one that amazed me. I don't know how he saw it. He had a guy with his hand in his face. I couldn't see the ball, and I had a perfect line of sight. I figured it was going to either be intercepted or incomplete. He comes up with it. The next thing that happens, we get a touchdown out of him. But obviously, he's a great addition. Lloyd, we didn't talk much about him through the game, but he was a factor all through it. And by the way, that one tackle, I forget where it was in the fourth quarter. That was Lloyd that made that tackle. I forget how you guys looked at it on the replay, but it was Lloyd that made it. It was a great play. But, yeah, a game, like you say, a lot of first-game mistakes. It was kind of funny the way that game ended, and I've said it to you when we were off the air. I don't think two-thirds of the people in the stands realized that was fourth down.
I thought it was just me, and I thought, my goodness, there's nothing like starting a 50th year and making a big mistake.
No, there were guys on our bench that were saying, come on, guys, you got to stop them, stop them.
Well, I saw that even the team was a little reluctant to rush out onto the field because I guess they were unsure. But in any event, and we weren't really sure of that last selection of that pass play because that's a short pass. He's not going to get a first down on it.
Right, and he wasn't going to get out of bounds.
And there's no timeout.
And if he would have run out of bounds, it would have even been more of a joke.
Well, anyway, no joke, folks. 21-17 is the final. It's a great way to start.
Who did we decide upon as players of the game?
Well, there's no question in my mind, and I think, too, your vote was for Double
Rogers,
R, Ricky Rogers.
R squared.
There you go. Ricky Rogers had 6 receptions, 73 yards, 3 touchdowns in his first game as an IUP Crimson Hawk. If we go defensively, I'd have to go maybe with J.R. Or Lloyd.
I would agree with that, although as the game evolved, Easterling started to step up his play a lot. He was a rookie.
Well, that's true, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, the Bill Thompson State Farm Insurance players of the game. We had a lot of choices there.
No doubt about it. I have to go with J.R. He made some critical plays. That stop in this end zone in front of us was one huge stop. But I think both of our edge players, they either forced people into making plays or the sacks that they created also helping each other out, pushing interior people. I just think they really started to come alive at the end, but there's a lot of room for growth there, too.
The frightening part of this game was when we had the ball, remember, on Ruiz's kick that they muffed. We had a first down then. Not getting points really scared me. I thought that could have been the negative turning point of the game. We got lucky.
Well, the other thing we didn't talk about, you did mention, you alluded to it, Abby. We're on the road, and they have a big crowd, and they're enthusiastic. And they're not accustomed. You know what? It just hit me. They haven't lost a home game in 5 years, right?
Home opener.
Home opener.
Home opener.
Yeah. Well, this is an opener, right?
Well, what's interesting
and
also,
it's home.
Yeah. Not to us. But when you don't realize it, but when you're on the opposite side of the field, as I was all through the game, you look up here. These stands have a very steep slope. They were packed.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people here, but the other stat, too, Jack, is that I talked to Al King, their sports information director, who, by the way, I went to graduate school with only a couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago.
But high school is not postgraduate school.
I know, but at any rate, they had 22 wins in a row at home here. Stop that streak also.
There you go. That's this win will loom, if the season goes the way we hope it will, it'll loom even larger as the season goes along. Now, next week, we remind fans that the kickoff with Millersville is 6:30, and we'll be on there at 6 o'clock with all the coverage for Millersville coming to town. And there's where you can't, let up. They've had problems. They have a new coach, that whole bit, and you got to go out and play.
Given the mistakes that we had tonight, it proves your point, because even everybody's out to play, you make enough mistakes, and even a relatively poor team can put you on the wrong side of the
Well, Tort's comment summed it up there when he told you. He said, I can't even remember about not playing well enough to win, but it did come out that way.
No, we just played well enough to win, but nothing else.
But nothing else.
No, he was complimentary to the other team, but I think he found enough reasons why they're probably going to practice next week. not take any days off. You know, I think that's critical. And I say this to anybody who is in range of me in conversation. I'll say it right now over the air to those who are still listening. Bang for buck, quality football. Come on, see these guys play. I mean, I enjoy this as much as any NFL game. Between high school and this team, I don't think I'd go anywhere else.
Well, you would talking about practice next week. One of the things that I appreciate being on the sidelines of all our games is there are many, and I'll put this politically correctly, teaching moments that occur on the sideline when things don't go well. Fortunately, the manner of teaching might not be the most socially acceptable, but it is effective.
Look, nicely put. All right, that's it for Danielle Pisarcik, our producer tonight. Abditory, Greg Drahoschak, we'll all be with you from Miller Stadium. That's our George P. Miller Stadium in Signetti Field with a 21-17 for the Crimson Hawks over Ashland University here in Ashland, Ohio. This is Jack Benedict bidding you a very pleasant good evening from Ashland, Ohio.
IUP football on U92. The IUP Crimson Hawks play here on U92.5 FM. Crimson Hawks football is brought to you by Indiana Regional Medical Center, where moments matter. Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg. Doesn't your home deserve Dowds? Hoff Chiropractic Clinic, with locations in Indiana, Blairsville, and North Apollo. Bill Thompson State Farm Insurance in Indiana. Bill Thompson and State Farm, here to help life go better. Nab's Cucina Mia and Josephine's Pizzeria in downtown Indiana, where Italian never tasted so good. S&T Bank. Find your financial solutions at stbank.com. Luther Ford, your Ford experts for over 60 years. See America's top-selling brand at Luther Ford in Homer City. By the Co-op Store. Get your honk on with a wide variety of IUP merchandise at the Co-op Store. Diamond Medical Supply. See the locker room at Diamond Medical Supply for sports and a complete line of medical supplies, Oakland Avenue, Indiana. By Marcus and Mack. Also by McNaughton Brothers Moving and Storage. The Hilton Garden Inn. The Meadows. By Bud's Auto Sales. The 9th Street Deli. Also by the Ruschini Group. The YMCA of Indiana County. Pat Doherty, District Attorney. By the law firm of Holzinger, Clark & Armstrong, and by Berger Office Systems. The preceding has been a special sports presentation of Renda Broadcasting and U92.5 FM.